It is time to get busy here at Circuit de Chris Amon for the continuation of round 4 of the Valvoline D1NZ Championship. Mr. Two-time Kyle Armstrong joins me right now. Yesterday we were looking at qualifying, and I haven't seen a more consistent, high-scoring qualifying all season. Would that be fair?
100%. There was 17 drivers over an 80-point score. It was huge.
What do you think caused that?
Well, they changed a few of their deductions. They weren't such bigger points. They were down to half points, and it does. It reflects on the guys' points, and obviously it makes them feel real good too when you're out there driving. You do a good run, you get good points for it.
I think the perfect example of that was Michael Thorley, who was runner-up in Taupo, and the way he was attacking qualifying yesterday, not that it actually worked out for him, was a sign of confidence.
Correct, yeah, it did. Brought him in here, he was into it, but then had 2 spins. So actually ended up sort of not doing the best.
All right, well, the track is an interesting one to say the least, because there's the first transition that Cole and Steve were talking about. So let's take a look at the map and just explain to you where the key points are. And it's got to be that first transition, right?
It is here. Where the guys are coming around from corner 1 and they're accelerating. They're getting up into top gear here with either a big clutch kick or a weight transfer to get the car in a bit of a mid-track. Then they're starting to point the car, the nose of the car. We've got 2 clipping points right in front of us, well, a zone. They're transitioning right on that outer clipping zone before they're getting back on the throttle and trying to drive the car back down to the inside, the race line as such. We've gone back to the race line here. There's no different sorts of corners or where the judges are wanting the cars. Right now, the cars have been transitioned. They're diving the nose back to the inside. Really fast and flowy through here, where now they've got to transition the car again back to the outside of this corner, dragging the rear tyres right out on the white line before they drop the nose back into that hairpin.
And as we saw at this particular point here, if you get caught in the smoke, you go off, she's 0-0 all the way. So, but the real tickler, you might say, is that first transition point. Getting it right as you enter.
It is. It's massive. If you're too far out, especially as a chase car, you get caught in the smoke, you don't know where to transition. It is a whitewash. So.
All right, let's just remind you of, well, not to remind you, let's show you qualifying from yesterday. It was really, really strong.
Well, it was battles today, qualifying yesterday, round number 4 of the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship here, Manfeild, Circuit Chris Amon. Well, it was straight into drifting. This is our top 5, Dave Steadman in the Ryco 24/7 Mimico. It's the RB power plant under the bonnet of this amazing Nissan Silvia S14. Dave Steadman posting an 85.5 for 5th position. But straight into it was our Australian visitor. It's going to be an Anzac battle. Jason Ferrin keeping it reet in the R32 Skyline. Look at him mashing the gas as he came through, up through Splash, and he heads down to the hairpin, powering out of the circuit. Only 0.5 better than Steadman. 86 points for Ferrin. Fanger Dan Woolhouse, he is our 3 times champion and current championship leader, the Century Batteries Mustang. Coming through up into the hairpin. Big wild angle for Fanger Dan, 86.5. That'll put Fanger into 3rd position. Great for the championship lead. From there we went to the second of the Team DSR cars. Adam Davies out of Tauranga posting in 89 points. Look at him powering it through Splash. This one here, I think it's the old 13B, brings 2 cars, a greedy man. Of course, Team DSR, 3-car team, Mimico on the side, coming through the circuit to finish. 89, a great run for him, but then there could only be one. Our top qualifier, Taylor James, in the ProWare Valino, Roundwood, New Zealand, Nissan Silvia, RB32, those big sticky Valinos, and you can see the plume of smoke coming through, clouding out the circuit. This was his first and only run of the day. He didn't take his second, but it was enough for a 90.5, our top qualifier.
It's nice to see the smile back on your face.
Yeah, no, it was actually good. We had some on and off practice runs yesterday and today. We went out in the run this morning and the battery stuffed out and the car shut off, so that was no practice. And then went out in our ones before and just, I don't know, they were average, but yeah, got into qualifying, done 1 run. We knew we had a blown inlet manifold gasket, was idling high and playing up, but I said to the boys, we'll do 1 run. If it's good enough, I'll just leave it, and it was good enough. So yeah, we just done that, and it was good enough for P1. So
yeah, lucky, right? Because you get the buy through into the round of 16. So if you needed a 5 to do that, you might have been in a bit of bother.
That's right. If we really had to, we could have probably sent it, but it's sucking air in where it shouldn't. It's probably running a bit lean. So yeah, it was the best call to not do the second pass.
It's been a little bit of an up and down season for you. What was the secret sauce for the qualifying run?
Oh, to be honest, I don't know. Just we've taken a bit more grip out of the car just to make it a bit more drivable, and it seems to have paid off. So, yeah.
Well, it's straight into top 24 battles. Nico Reed, the People's Champion, a big mistake, and that mistake was going to cost him the tightest transport. 4 in rotary, S15, the Taniwha, wasn't going to be able to take Nico through. Of course, Jordan Joyce in the elite performance Nissan S14 taking the win. From there, we moved up to the battle between Ben Jenkins and Mitch Lana. Mitch Lana in a borrowed car in the Warehouse Auto Parts Nissan S13. Coming through, trying to close up the section, but you know what? It was going to be all Ben Jenkins' day. The mistakes, the car throttling off, and that was going to be enough to send, even contact. From there, we move up to Scotty Dinsdale. He didn't have the greatest time in his last round in Topor, but the real estate by Pauline Dinsdale. BMW, look at the speed of this one here. This was a close battle. Our current second in the championship, it's Kurt Blackie. Kurt unable to take the win. From there, we went to another great battle between Sean Potros and Sam West. Sam West trying to get the... Look at him, all he wanted to get was the back bumper, tearing the thing apart. And of course, that will be it. It is the top 16 coming up, the end of the top 24 battles, Valvoline D1NZ round 4 today.
And we're not too far away from completing about 2.5 battles in the top 24. But the real story out of that, the Charger, Kurt Blackie. Remember, he came second at Mount Smart in Fangadan's Commodore?
Yep.
Bounced out in the first round.
I know, it's massive for Kurt. Like, we've got 1 round to go, bit of pressure for him. First time he's been right up in the standings, especially this far in the championship. And then we've got Fanga as well.
Yeah, no, I spoke to Fanga yesterday. He was in the car and he hadn't had too much of a run. And his first run, if you remember yesterday, was pretty average. He took half the car off. I'm beginning to wonder whether Mr. 3-time is just feeling the edge a bit.
Well, you would, we've got 2 to go. It's a big thing. He's done it 3 times. Is there 4th there? But it is. He's had a good roll this year, and in 2 rounds you can easily fall off the horse pretty quickly. So he'll want to stay there, stay consistent, as he does drive all the time.
Do you have a soft spot for Taylor James to get it right? Because he struggled with those Villino tyres for the first time he threw them on. Now he seems to be getting it right. And then last time out in Taupo, this time out, another mechanical.
Yeah, for sure. It drove really well. Those tyres really showed what it can make the car do. Yesterday he did something through the sweeper that no one else was able to do with driving the car to their inside clip. It was so cool to see. He's really starting to get comfortable with that tyre and the setup.
The one thing about Valvoline D1NZ, you see some really cool bespoke machines. Well, guess what? Maybe next year we're going to see an even more bespoke machine. Some local boy, Jaron Olive Kroner, who I caught up with yesterday right here at Circuit de Chris Amon. Jaron, we haven't seen you in D1NZ for such a long time, but I suspect that the car we're sitting in front of is the reason why.
That's exactly right. We've got a new 2022 Lexus RCF, and it's been a little bit of time in the shed, doing all the fancy new bits and all the engineering, and yeah.
What is your fascination with Nelson Hartley and V12s?
Nelson and I, when it comes to V12s, we're both very passionate about it. I have loved looking at the work that he does. He's obviously an absolute genius behind a CNC machine and building these engines. And so look, he's made this V12 something pretty special. You'll see here, it's got the brand new intake manifold on it that he's designed.
Looks pretty.
It does look pretty. To me, it looks really good, and what he's done, it's all the runners that are in it, it's all 3D printed runners. All the top of the intake there is 3D printed as well, so he's done some amazing stuff.
But the key is no one's running a V12 in Valvoline D1NZ. What sort of power are you pushing to the wheels here?
So with this motor, when we hit it in our last car, the S14, we run it at around 1200 horsepower. So since then, we've fitted new turbochargers to the front of it.
Twin turbos, right?
Twin turbos. Look, going turbo, you lost a bit of that V12 sound, so Dad's actually made a nice new exhaust up the back of the turbo. It's much bigger, so I hope we're going to bring that big V12 noise rumble back into it.
Why an RCF?
We wanted to do a Japanese supercar, really, and the R35 GTR was done, the A90 Supra was done, and I'm not going to say the next best thing, but the coolest thing that we could find was the RCF Lexus. Now, I think that this, as it sits, is probably the coolest Japanese supercar that they've built.
Any special sort of reason for any of the decals? Like I see leaves in here. and stuff like that? Is there any special meaning to it?
There is. The short version is the first time we run a V12, the whole car was done in a jungle livery. We wanted to bring a little bit of each livery that we've done over the past 7 years with AWS graphics into this design. So throughout the car, you will see little features that are the same as something we've done in the past.
So like Valvoline D1NZ, welcome to the jungle, baby.
Thank you very much, mate. Looking forward to it.
Now, that is bespoke. Would you like 1,300 horses at your rear?
At my foot, you mean? I would love that. Awesome car, very clever family, and obviously partners on board as well for building that car.
Yeah.
It's going to be real cool to see it out there. I think it's going to be a bit of a handful. I've done it before myself, tried to reinvent the wheel with a different car, and it can be a challenge.
Yes, but you can also say I've got 2 championships in the bag as well. This is Valvoline D1NZ, round 4 from Circuit de Chris Amon, and the sun has come out. It's really started to heat up a bit. That'll be good for grip. Stay with us. There's a whole lot more to come live. Round 4 of Valvoline D1NZ from the mighty Manawatu in beautiful, pristine conditions as the track starts to heat up. It started at 14 degrees. You can be assured it's a lot hotter than that. And hot too is one of our Australian visitors. Let's meet him.
My name is Jason Ferrin, and I drive the 1990 R31 Skyline station wagon, repping the Barra, called the Barra Wag. This is my first year competing in D1NZ Pro. Last year I competed in High Tech Oil's Drift Championship in Australia. I managed a 2nd place, so we figured, what can we do next? Send it on a boat over to New Zealand, see what we can do with the boys over here. So outside of drifting, pretty much there's not really an outside drifting because my whole life really revolves around the sport and keep a reet and just pushing those reet vibes. But apart from that, I've also got 3 little boys under 4 years old with my lovely wife Daniela. We raise them together. So I guess that's a full-time job in itself on the side. But yeah, definitely busy with the drift life. So my passion for drifting began, I reckon, before I even got into cars. I was into BMX and all that sort of stuff. So I think a lot of people were into BMX and they love that adrenaline rush. What can you do on a bike? Show up in front of your friends. And from there, as soon as I got my license, I had nothing to do with doing burnouts or anything like that. Didn't really have any friends that are into that. But once I got the license, I was like, how can we get that adrenaline rush out of a car? So started with little skids, stuff like that on the street. And that was all a bit of fun. And then as soon as I jumped in like a competitive drift car, I was like, that's it, let's head to the track. And that's where the love really kicked off, I reckon. So taking it to the track and competing started with, well, firstly from the street, getting lots of fines, getting in lots of trouble, and basically having to commit to the track. I had a track pretty far from home. It was a good few hours, and the hike just wasn't worth it to me. It just, being an apprentice, early days, trying to make it affordable. But yeah, after I lost the license and all that, I had no choice. So took it out there, straight onto the track, absolutely loved it, and never turned back. Pretty much tried to get to every track that I could. Since that moment, every cent, every dollar went into it. And eventually they opened the track nice and close to home, and that's where I started competing. They opened up some competitions. So, and that's just pushing your skills, everything else. It was all the same sort of thing. It's just the next level. And same deal, tried to make it to everyone I possibly could. And eventually starting off our brand, Keep a Reet, which is all about that story of keeping it off the street, taking it to the track, giving people a place nice and close to home and affordable where they can go and thrash with their mates. Like no pressure, no ego, just all that for having a good time and having some fun. So a bit more about Keep a Reet is we're basically everything revolving around drift and what it's about, which is, like I said, having a good time, enjoying time with your friends. So incorporating that, we started our drift days, we do a bit of competitions, we have merchandise, we do our YouTube, which is just basically the stories around the team, building these cars, following me around competing, what goes on in the workshop and our drift days. And sometimes do some interviews on some other people and what they're doing with their drifting as well and where their passion started. So yeah, that's pretty much a bit of everything. And we also do some car giveaways back home where you can enter at home or here in New Zealand, which is winning some pretty cool cars that we build, some GTRs, RX-7s, all that sort of stuff. And basically all that goes back into us, putting on as many events as we can and sort of expanding that as far as we can. So the reason I've come over to compete in D1NZ, I've seen all the boys, I've seen the Jenkins and all that competing, having a good time. So I was like, I'm missing out on all the fun. It's time to send my car over. After doing well in Australia last year, I sort of feel like I was pretty content with that. I was like, yeah, let's go out and explore and see what we can do. Send the car over. Pretty much excited to compete with everyone here, see what they're all about. Just bang doors. I'm just all here to get that perfect run, do well. Not too much pressure on actually taking it all the way. I'm all about just getting that perfect run and having fun, and yeah, maybe a couple of beers after, cheeky beers, see what happens. So the car I run is a Skyline station wagon, something a bit unique on the field out there. And some of the components we've got is obviously the big 4-litre Barra under the bonnet, running 560 real kilowatt and 1100 Newton meters at 3,400 RPM, which is pretty insane. It's like straight away at the start. And that's all powered by the Haltech ECU. And she's sitting pretty on the Kansai wheels, the Kansai tandems, and wrapped in the Grippy Boy Valinos. We've got an MPC twin plate clutch behind it. We've got a Hypergear turbo, PWR intercooler, and 6 boosts making all the right noises, revving it to 7,000 RPM. We've got the Shockworks suspension, a Costal front arms, and we've actually got a solid rear end in there, which a few people I think surprised. Everyone's got Winters. I think I'm probably one of the only few with still a solid, 1 gear set for the whole season, and it gives us no issues, which is great. Alright, so that's it. So we're keen to push those REAP vibes this year at D1NZ. So you'll see us out there smacking some doors.
Jason Ferrin in the flashiest shopping trolley you'll ever see. Don't know if I could see that hanging down to Pack and Save and hanging it into the parking space to get the groceries. It would be a whole lot of fun, but he's one of the good guys and loves drifting, as we all do, and does a lot for the people around to make sure that they get into it and understand the smoke show, which we are not too far away from in this round 4 of Valvoline D1NZ. We've got about 2.5 battles to get underway. Then we're going to go dive straight into the top 16. Steve Daniels and Cole Armstrong waiting. Cole, I just want you to take it a little bit step further. You and I talked in the pre-show here about consistency and qualification, but it would seem in some of the early battles that all went out the door with the competitors.
Yeah, it did. It was massive. The guys who were out there, we were watching, it was really good to see. They were driving so smooth, and then bang, battles came out. It was like they forgot what they were doing. Became really messy out there. Whether it was the track conditions, I'm not too sure, but there was a big change out there, Steve? It was crazy.
We certainly see a lot of huge changes out there, and of course one of the changes we had from today to yesterday was it was dark and it was cold. Today it's beautiful, it's hot, and we're going to see those tyres sticking.
It is. The track conditions are going to change again. We've got the circuit racing going on. They're putting marbles in slightly different places where probably the drift car is trying to get maximum grip there. So it's going to be tricky for the guys today, out there again. Nice warm track, so it'll be good to see these first battles straight up.
Yeah, only a couple of battles to go today to finish off what we call the right-hand side of the tree. We saw a few battles earlier on. We saw them just in the show, and now it's time to basically scorch it, set the place alight.
It is. It's a great track here. As I was talking with Stephen before, very fast and fluid track. The judges have changed it this year. They want the race line. They want the cars tucked on those inner clips. They want them pushing really fast and fluid through that centre section. And then, as we were saying yesterday, massive transition on that first corner. That is the critical part through here.
And nothing is more critical in this actual track than getting it right in that first turn, the first turn of the car, essentially. Of course, as they accelerate, they enter in. It's that kind of the in and the out of the front of the nose has to kind of hit that clip, drag the bottom around of the car, the rear of the car around, slam it with the back end, and then that sets you up for the lap. And that's what I'm talking about right there, those two cones on the left-hand side of our shot.
Yeah, well, the perfect line the judges are wanting to see, that first clip, that first peg on the left-hand side, they're wanting the front of the car, the nose of the car about a metre off those ripple strips, and then they're transitioning and getting the rear of the car right to that last blue cone. And it's a very short space to transition, and if you get it right, it's really awesome to see, and they can get on the throttle really early and power through that centre section nice and fast. Now, we were timing it too, Steve, weren't we?
Yeah, so we were not quite as fast as you've had in the past. I think you've done a 19 or a 19-second lap drifting sideways here. These guys here all sitting around that sort of 21, 22 seconds, but it is a slightly different it's hard to say a layout but that's basically what it is.
It is, yeah. Obviously, what we were doing with timing them, it's really good for competitive drivers to obviously see how fast each of the different drivers are, depending on who you're battling. But it's really good information to know. Are you going to have to push it hard? Are you going to have to sort of, especially in the chase battle, are you going to have to cut the corner to try and keep that proximity? Because this track here, you make one mistake and that car, because it is so fast, they'll pull you three car lengths, and it is so hard to catch that back up here.
Well, looking at some of the cars that are coming out, we just saw that beautiful green-eyed monster. That is Jace Brown, the Vital Tyres Valvoline machine. These guys here are coming out. Michael Thorley, I think he only did half a lap yesterday.
Yeah, obviously
race for him.
Daylight savings has changed now, so 6 o'clock. It was really dark and just become unsafe. So these guys here, a bit of a tricky one for them, you know. Yesterday they would have been in the groove with the battles, and then had to park it and reset for today.
So Jace Brown coming through our shot. Michael Thorley, those guys there tried to battle yesterday. Basically, we said no, it was too dark. You've got to rerun. But these two here, the front bumper's missing off Sam West's car, and that's because he made contact. That's a half battle today.
That was a huge contact too, right into the hairpin there. Sam West against Sean Potros. They had a really good first sector. Sam was right there with them. And transition just into this last hairpin there and just coming too hot and heavy, and bam, into the side of Sean Potros's car.
There's Sam West there. That's the person he's going to be taking up. That will be the first battle of the day, Cole.
Yeah, good to see. So it's, what have we got? 2 out of the top 24, which will then roll straight into the top 16. You can see the beautiful track conditions down there, nice and warm as Matt waits for the guys to come around. This is where the scrub box is this round, just to the right-hand side of Matt down there.
So in the past, we've actually literally scrubbed the tyres on the front straight. Now we've said, no, go up to the other side of the track. Why do they scrub?
Well, I was just about to say, now a real tricky one, right? We've had Sam West and Sean Potros already do a battle. So they've had to put on the same tyres they were running last night. So I doubt we'll see too much of a scrub. Obviously already doing a full pass through the section. They will be down to probably half-worn tyres already. So I don't think we'll see too much of a scrub coming from Sean and Sam themselves, wanting to make sure they save their tyres. Because I know after 2 laps here, you have minimal tyres left and they need all the grip they can. So here we go with Sean Potros. He'll be going in just for a nice little warm-up to get those tyres nice and hot and sticky. And same with those front tyres, getting that rubber off them so they've got a good bit of drive. But yeah, you can see there just a real
basically take a little bit of skin off and we'll get him ready to go. Sean Potros, of course, out of Taranaki in the Elite Performance Stock Street 2JZ powered 800 horsepower Nissan Silvia S15. Of course, the 2-car team with himself and Jordan Joyce. There's the other half, which is, of course, Sam West out of Papamoa and the RHP Reed and Harrison Performance Kingy Creek 2JZ powered Nissan 180SX. Nissan versus Nissan, Toyota engine versus Toyota engine.
Good package by both of these drivers. Very talented. 2 newcomers, especially Sam, stepping up this year and Sean last year. But this is going to be a great battle, Steve.
Well, as they lead off down the front straight here at Manfeild Circuit, Chris Amon, this is actually what we'd call the second half of the battle. Yesterday, we saw Sean Potros lead out. There was contact made between himself and Sam West. We ran out of light, so we've just said, okay, come back on and do it again, Cole. They're coming around this first turn. They hit the accelerator, and we'll get straight into drift.
For sure. Sam West obviously leading out with Sean Potros in behind. Now, Sean really just needing to sit in behind. Not needing to make a big mistake. He's already got a 10-0 up his sleeve, so Sam will be trying to force the fact of by doing a great lead run out there, as you can see right now as they tip it into the last corner. Beautiful run by both those guys compared to, as I say, yesterday afternoon. That was very messy.
It'll be strange for the people at home, but essentially it means that the black car, he made no mistakes. He's going to go through because you saw in the lead up to the show, as we talked about qualifying in the top 24 battles, there's contact between these two. That's it.
Yeah, nice easy one this morning for those two. So Sean Potros will go back in. Obviously, Sam West still getting to do another battle today, which will be good. You know, bit of seat time here. They do get minimal laps here. I think they worked out they're getting 10 odd laps throughout the weekend before they get into battles. So yeah, as we see them out the back side of the track here, Sean will go and chuck another set of rubber on and hopefully get ready for the top 16 battles. But next up, Steve, who we got out there?
Of course, Jace Brown out of Hamilton. That's a Vitor Tyres, Valvoline tyre traders, supercharged 1UZ. It's 800 plus horsepower. The Boss Nissan Silvia S13. He's going to go up against Michael Thorley. He podiumed last round. That's in the NZ GT Radials Vertex Ballantyne's Collision Repairs RB30. That's a 700 plus horsepower Nissan 180 SX. Michael Thorley is a former Pro Sport champion. Joined the Pro about 4 years ago. Great to see him doing getting a podium in Topor.
For sure, but didn't have the best qualifying here. Had 2-3 runs, so definitely wasn't a good start for Michael Thorley, being 22nd.
So it's basically it's 11th qualifier from yesterday versus 22nd qualifier. Did you talk about the qualifying scores yesterday? They were high.
They were 17 cars above 80 points. So really, really good to see. So, you know, normally you would have had maybe the top 5 getting 80 plus. So great to see.
Well, we'll accelerate down the straight. It's Jace Brown as the higher qualifier. Will send it for the first time from the lead position. It's Michael Thorley. It's his job to take chase. Jace Brown, that beautiful green machine, the green-eyed monster, sitting there rumbling away with a supercharged V8 under the bonnet. We'll see them get ready. They will launch and straight into drifting. The Valvoline D1NZ round number 4 Manfeild today.
Yeah, nice entry there by Jace Brown. Quite tight on the inside side. What a rotation there by Jace Brown. Big mistake. Big mistake there by Jace Brown. Throwing that away. Geez, we just talked about how critical that transition is. Jace was so tight on the inside. He really didn't give himself a lot of room. You actually want to use angle to slow the car before you transition. And we watch here on the Repco replay, Steve. Look, Michael Thorley, nice and wide. They wanted mid-track, but look at Jace's car. Starts to suck up right up on the inside here. Not giving himself that much room to transition. Snaps, over-rotates, just couldn't catch it. Real shame to see there by Jace Brown.
I guess the worst thing for Jace is he may have been, as if he had been able to hold on to it, he actually caused the chase vehicle to rotate. He almost could have argued the point and got himself a 10-0 advantage from his own mistake.
You could have, but to be fair, I think these judges that we have at the moment, they are really, really technical and sticking to their guns here. We can see here, look at Jace's car hopping around here, but he hasn't rotated with a lot of angle to try and slow the car, and then just transitions way too heavy and overrates the car. Michael Thorley doing a good job there. Evasive action.
What is it? Did he snap into his, did he try to get that too much angle maybe?
The transition just had too much inertia on the transition. Yep. So, the weight transfer of the car just spat it around really quickly. We've seen Finger Dan do that a couple of times out there, right? Took the whole rear end of his car off as
yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
But I mean, those are the things that you don't want to do, but you want to test it in practice, because that gives the opportunity to find where the limits are.
Oh, definitely, and it's not ideal for Jace Brown right now, giving a 10-0 to Michael Thorley. So good for Michael Thorley. Obviously didn't have, like we were talking about, didn't have the best qualifying, but doesn't matter when it comes down to battles.
Exactly that. Well, they'll head down towards Launch Master Willie. He'll get ready to send them from the line. It's a great track here. It's fast, it's flowing. The drifters love it. I'm sure the crowd are loving it. Oh, it is.
Great high-speed action, and when they get it right, it's really awesome to see. So this is the last part of our top 24, isn't it?
That it is, Cole. So again, they'll head down the straight. Mind games. You can see Jace just looking over. He's when is he going to basically push the button?
It's a bit odd, eh? Michael Thorley's gone very slow down here. I used to just go down there as fast as I could, try and carry as much speed around that corner and just get into it.
Well, let's see what Michael Thorley can do. He's got a huge advantage right now. A lot wider than what Jace Brown had it.
Yeah, a lot wider, and just look through there. The transition was nice. He's opened the door too for Jace Brown to tuck up on the inside. Look at Jace getting right up on the inside there now as he needs to back up. Transition did a great job on that, Steve, but another mistake there by Jace Brown. Michael Thorley's gone off. Are you kidding me?
Oh no.
That's-
So let's deliberate. Michael Thorley, did he maintain his drift coming out of there? That one wheel off will be a deduction, of course.
That wasn't one wheel off. That was the whole car off.
Was it? Oh my gosh. So let's have a look at no real mistakes, but we're going to see Jace Brown's going to drop a wheel at this point here. He's definitely got one wheel off. You'll see it coming through again. Jace Brown doing the same here.
Nice job through here. It's really shallowed it up. So Jace Brown, big wheel off there. Then he transitions through here. Does he hit? No, nowhere near Michael Thorley. Thorley just has a mare right there.
That was straight.
But that's 3 wheels.
But not just 3 wheels.
That's 3 wheels.
But he got a massive push, like the car understeered as well, coming out of there, which would basically...
So, yeah, correct.
Watch the straight line. Comes out of the hairpin.
Oh my. Has Jace Brown just been throwing a
But if we
lifeline?
watch this car here,
Oh, he's opposite lock.
and that's
3 wheels.
That's 3 wheels and the car straight.
Oh, wow.
Out of drift. That's 0-0.
Do they call it because Jace Brown actually straight lined before Michael Thorley did the mistake? So did they zero Jace Brown out first?
Yes, but it's the lead car's
finish.
responsibility to maintain its drift.
Holy! Well, this is a big spanner in the works for the judges out there, I'll tell you that much. Not something you see every day. Jace Brown having another mare coming into the hairpin there is in the old 07 Frankenstein, and then Michael Thorley just gave it away. Big understeer. You can see the judges are deliberating, and this is a tricky one.
You can see Michael is shaking his head behind them. He knows that he's made the mistake.
I'm calling this one more time.
It can't not be. We should see the... So Dane Templeman, Joel Count.
Wrong screen. Don't worry, people. It's the wrong screen. That's Sean Potros. That was the battle from before. So Sean Potros, obviously, like we said, has gone through.
I appreciate your ability to read. I was about to...
You were about to swear at the judges. What's going on here? But yeah, very interesting. Obviously, Michael Thorley, not a happy camper at all.
He's shaking his head already.
Really gave that away. He had that in the bag. It was a 10-0. And Jace Brown, has he been throwing a lifeline? Has he been throwing a lifeline?
Here we go. Jace Brown, Michael Thorley. No, that's...
So I wonder if we can get some deliberation. Should I shoot in there? Might go and shoot.
Yeah, you go
in
up and
there.
ask, because I can't understand how. Every person wants watched on... you know what? We'll find out. There's a bit of time to get these cars scrubbed. Let's go up and have a bit more D1NZ drifting straight after the break. Well, it's the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship round number 4 here at the Valvoline D1NZ. Here at Manfeild Circuit, Chris Amon. Lots and lots of arguments with judges during the break, but I think they were right, Cole.
Yeah, no, they definitely were. They were correct in the way. Obviously, we wanted to have a bit of an answer. So yeah, they deemed it 10-0 to Michael Thorley. Obviously, not his fault that Jace Brown spun in front of him and he didn't get to finish the section. So
he goes through with an advantage, 10-0 advantage. We go to the second half of the battle.
Both 0-0. So win goes to Michael Thorley.
Wow, issues for Taylor James. He's just called for a 5-minute. What is going on there?
Well, like we had yesterday, right? He had an intake manifold. Look at the oil coming out. A lot of smoke. Power steering, possibly. An issue going on there. You can see it tracking all the way down the pits right here now, Steve. So, yeah, not the best for Taylor James. Obviously got 5 minutes to call. He was very lucky yesterday taking out our Panhead top qualifier with a 90.5 run. Absolutely stellar run too, Steve? It was something different that Taylor James did.
It was in his first run of the day, and he's like, no, that's a banker. I'm going to go and fix my car now.
Yeah, he was actually quite lucky because they had a manifold gasket break.
Oh, wow.
So it wasn't an easy fix, and obviously being that top qualifier, he got a bye straight into the top 16. So gave them time to fix the car. Otherwise, it would have been a tricky one for the team.
It's not just a national series, it's essentially an international series these days here, as we see a Supra line up. It's Jeremy Slammett in the 179 Supra NZK double on the side. He's going to be chasing down the JS Racing F20C powered S2000 of Alex Palaire out of Christchurch.
Both these guys drove really well, in qualifying.
surprised with Slammet, but I guess at the same time not surprised. New Caledonia, he only drifts in car parks over there, but here he's behind one of the most prestigious race circuits in New Zealand.
That's it, Steve. Look at the initiation, massive there by Alex Palaire. Listen to that little thing screaming as he transitions the car nicely across to that outside clipping zone, putting down a heavy bit of power. Look at Jeremy Slammet right there. He's going to get caught in the smoke. And there he did. Got caught in the smoke, had nowhere to go. Now a passenger on the grass, and Alex Palaire just has to finish the run through that centre section.
And, wow, that could have been fun. We've seen that happen before last year.
Oh, Repco replay here, Steve. So something I even talked to a lot of the drivers. Did very well through here on the sweeper. Didn't get wide, really following that lead car's line. You get caught in the smoke very easily. Nico Reed did it. Watch him here. Transitions, because it's a tight race line, you've got to drop your nose down to get to that inner clip. Otherwise, like that, you get caught in the smoke and you have no idea where you're at.
And I guess sometimes you also have to trust the judgment to stay where you are.
Yeah, it's a hard thing, drifting blind. People say, oh, you got to have your muscle memory and whatnot with that. There ain't no muscle memory out there. Each run's a different run.
But of course, I mean, drifting blind's one thing. For you, it was, well, if I get closer, I can see his car.
Correct. That's it. If you can see a bit of colour, you know you're close. I've had it before. I think Jesse Greenslade, real great, one of the great battles I've had with him through the years. Yeah, we transitioned through the centre section, and he absolutely blazed the tyres through there, and I don't know where I was going, but I stayed in it, and I could just see the little bit of red from his car, and popped out just in the right spot. Very lucky to get that one, I might add, though, Steve.
But you got it.
Yeah, I was lucky. I think the judges were biased back then, you know. That's what Jesse would say.
That's what Jesse would say. Well, it goes down to Launchmaster Willie. 3, 2, 1, full send as they both head back down. Lots and lots of work for Jeremy Slammet to do. Hard to force a mistake from the lead position. Jeremy Slammet with the NZK Dub Supra going up against a 2000. It's 23 years old. I reckon it's timeless. JS Racing on the side of Alex Palaire's. That's the most underpowered car in the D1NZ. Probably still got more power than everybody along the front straight here.
Yeah, look at that. Jeremy Slammet, really tight line through the sweeper here. Transitions nicely, but Alex knows he's got a big advantage here. But look at him transition now. Did a good job to sit in the pocket. Now transitions again, pops through that pocket, sitting up nice and high as now they drive through the last part of the section, and good battle from both those drivers right there. Good bit of driving.
I mean, again, it's a shame that everything we know the answer straight away. Why did it happen? Because there was a mistake.
Yeah, and it's so easy to happen.
And it's a very nice lead run. Just nice and clean.
Very shallow though through that sweeper, you know, really did close the door for Alex to not drive up onto the door there, but the rest of the section, yeah, did a real good job. Probably could have sat a bit higher.
Maybe a bit too much handbrake in place.
Yeah, probably didn't have enough momentum.
Yeah.
Didn't have the speed to use the handbrake to really drag the car and try and hold it out there.
So you can see when we talk about the handbrake, the rear obviously just lock up. You'll see it as he comes through here. Big drag, and then we'll see another one there as well.
Yeah, just trying to extend the drift, get him out back onto that line.
Also the reason, so some might look at these drift cars and notice that they've actually got a little bit of tape, a little bit of colour on one of the rear wheels. Actually, it's on the front as well, and that's so that the judging team, so the television cameras will actually pick up. So you'll see on this car here, it's got yellow stripes on it. That's so that when they're hard on the handbrake, you can literally see it, so that judges can make a better decision. It's going to come down to the most famous back in New Zealand motorsport, Nick Hoyle. Wow, who do you guys think? There can only be got a crowd here at Manfeild Circuit Chris Amon today getting to enjoy the Valvoline D1NZ drifting. Look at them out there. Got their hats on. The sun's out, guns out.
It is indeed, Steve, but hopefully everyone out here really enjoyed that battle by both these two young comers. But look at that. Alex Palaire takes the win over Jeremy Slammet. We'll go down for Stephen to catch up with the lads.
How good does that feel into the top six? Oh, we're further forward.
Yeah. Oh, I'm stoked. This is my first win of the season, you know, to go up against Jeremy Slammet. He's come a long way and he's not here to mess around, you know, so I had a wicked time. I'm pumped right now. I'm pumped right now.
Chase run was good. Just stayed out of the smoke. Just nice and confident.
Yeah, that's really actually quite hard to do through here, especially coming through the left hand into the right. It gets a lot of people out, but the car's been going great. Tyrell's been putting tyres on this, and Top Performance have been looking after it, and I've just been burning rubber.
We love that. We love the smoke show. Crowd here in Manawatu loves the smoke show. They're a bit quiet though. Are you having fun, folks? Oh, come on, a bit louder. Are you having fun? That's what we're talking about. I can't get through your cage, mate. You got to drop that down. Got caught in the smoke on that first run, huh?
Oh yeah, I was completely lost in the smoke. I think I was a little bit too wide behind him, but it was very fun anyway.
A lot of talk about that first transition and how you enter into that transition point. Is it difficult?
Oh yeah, it's the first time for me on that track, so it was pretty hard, but I just want to say special thanks to my sponsor, NZKW, and also Chicken from Manfeild and Turbo, who helped me with the car getting ready for that round. It was running very good, just driver mistake this time.
We'll see you at the big show in Mount Maunganui in a few weeks, eh?
Oh yeah, really excited for it.
Yeah, we are. All right, there you go. Jeremy Slammett and Alex Pillay goes through. Come on, boys. These people love noise, just not too much rubber everywhere. We've got to walk around it.
We gotta walk around the rubber. Oh, Stephen McIver.
Is he showing his age? Oh, did I say that?
Oh, you young bucks there, Cole. Gotta respect our komatos.
Yeah, here we go. Here, a bit of a replay there of Jeremy leading out Alex through that centre section. You see it was kind of mid-track through there. He actually probably didn't need to have as much angle through there to try and keep that momentum. Like you said, he grabbed the handbrake a couple of times.
What's happening here? It's always interesting to see what's happening. No, it's just straight into scrub. That is Dave Steadman.
Yep.
God's engine.
He's been driving really well here, obviously. Hey, and did you know, I didn't even know, but Adam Davies did a car swap yesterday.
I know.
He did one lap in his spare 180 SX 13B turbo and got an 89. Didn't do any practice, nothing.
He said, we interviewed him yesterday evening afterwards. I had no idea.
Me either. I thought it was the 20B. I was like, man, it's screaming.
I mean, I just think it's great. I'm just stoked that I get, other teams' cars wrong, not just the Jenkins.
Yeah, no, well, you can't tell. They look identical. It's just got one less rotor and it sounds way different.
One doesn't have a rear windscreen because that's where the radiator is. Well, let's have a look and see what's going to happen. This is the battle in the top 16. It is Dave Steadman versus Scotty D. Dave Steadman in the Ryco 24/7 Mimico. Napa Auto Parts RB32 powered Nissan S14. Next to him, the real estate by Pauline Dinsdale. BMW 2JZ under the bonnet as they get ready to accelerate into their drift.
Yeah, nice, clean entry there by Dave, but look at this, Scotty D sitting back really wide. Very shallow line there by Dave, but Scotty doing a good job. Just sitting out of the pocket, watch for him to transition now. Yeah, tucks the nose in really nicely. Good bit of driving here by Scotty D, sitting up real wide up the top there. Did he drop a little bit of a wheel? Dave Steadman coming a bit tight there, didn't really give him much room to come up on the inside there, but whew.
Scotty D just ran himself out of room. He was trying to maintain that just the proximity, yeah.
Yeah, right here. So Scotty's actually on the line, on the right waistline. Dave Steadman's a little bit tight in there, so he's going to get penalised for that. Look at this transition here, nice. Dave's doing a good clean line, same with Scotty D. And then watch Dave, just doesn't oh no, Scott's just way high.
Yeah, so he just pushed out wide, just needed to, he ran himself out.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
But that's a hard one. You've got to work out when am I going to switch, because sometimes you've actually got to switch a little bit earlier than the car in front of you if they don't take it. If they go,
yeah, you do. It's an odd spot through there, especially if you've got more momentum. You can get gap through the centre section just here, and then you kind of can catch back up coming into the hairpin, and it's how hard you want to throw it in.
Just saw in the shot Taylor James heading back out. Obviously, the 5 minute is done.
Well, that's good to see. He's really starting to come together this year, is Taylor James, especially with those new tyres, something we've been talking about all year. They've had it's just another level, those Valino tyres, so really good to see him coming of age with them. But here we go, the next part of this battle here, Steve, coming up.
Well, it is the second half, and it's Scotty Dinsdale's turn to lead out. Scotty Dinsdale qualifying 12th yesterday. Dave Steedman qualifying in 5th place. He's the man that won the last round in Taupo, and he is in the championship hunt. As we head to Bay Park in a few weeks' time, the grand final, Trustpower Bay Park, 12th and 13th of May. Scotty D, what can he do from the lead position? He puts the foot down and he's off.
A big initiation. Wow, look at that from Scotty D, really pulling some line, and Dave Steedman not on the greatest line again, really having to hold the handbrake and drag the car. Can Scotty D come through the centre section, tucking the nose down? Dave coming back, trying to gain that proximity. Scotty holding it again, dipping down through that centre section. And not the best run from both the drivers. There was a few mistakes through there. Dave still once again had a real shallow line, tried to catch that proximity up from Scotty, and then really washed wide. So let's watch the ref go replay here, Steve.
Well, they're firing through. You can see just how much angle Scotty D's got. Big angle, but he's had to kind of stall up, and that shallows out where he...
We call words there. He did. He had a little bit of an odd transition through there, but Dave was way offline. He'd come up on the inside, tried to gain that proximity, and then pushed himself out wide, actually missing the whole clip, really having to drag the handbrake to hold the car up before he could get back into the throttle.
So it comes down to mistakes. Some people might have picked, even suggested that there was this little bit of a straighten up from Steedman coming out of the section, or as he powered through the section. On that one there, I understand the judges asked for essentially what we'd call a rolling burnout.
That's correct, yeah.
So the wheels were definitely spinning.
As long as the tyres are spinning, it's all A-OK. Yeah. So the guys just want them
and it's only in that part of the track. So as you finish, they just said, just do a rolling burnout, roll it out. We don't want to see big shifts of cars. Just roll it out and finish it off. Pluck another gear and come to a finish. So getting told to stop there.
Going to be an interesting one on this one, Steve. They, both did a lot of mistakes, to be fair.
See them chatting in the car. Drifters always are ready with their hats. Both of them still on. Here we go. 1 stroke, 2 stroke, 3. Dave Steedman takes the win.
Confidence is a wonderful thing, isn't it? You win the last round, you come out and everything changes, right? Mentally.
Yeah. It's been taking me a while to get into the groove, but feeling really good today. So, yeah, bring on the top 8, man. I'm real stoked.
How challenging are you finding this circuit?
Well, it's probably our favourite track, but like I say, I've been having to dial grip out of the car the last couple of days, which I've never had to do that. So it's a bit of a strange one, but we're right in the sweet spot now, and that was an awesome battle. Thanks, Scotty. That was real cool.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
All right, let's go and talk to Scotty Dinsdale. Folks, this is only this...
Well, we could have talked to him.
Yeah, I think they're throwing this battle out first there, Stephen. Just stay down there, mate. We won't be too long. You talk too slow.
Well, Taylor James, Ben Jenkins, Taylor James in the Pro Web in the Lino round with New Zealand. Here's our top qualifier from yesterday, Ben Jenkins. He's got things to prove. Let's see if he can do it.
Huge initiation there by Taylor, and Ben doing a great job sitting right in the pocket there. He knows Taylor James's car is fast, so look, we didn't see any gap given. Bit of a drive away from Taylor James, not a big deal. Both of them driving a great line. Oh no! A mistake there by Ben Jenkins. Understeering, another victim. What happened right there? He will be spewing.
Hasn't been the greatest of seasons for Team Jenkins Motorsport. Let's have a look at the replay, Cole.
Great initiation now. Ben initiated a little bit later. Quite a smart move, seeing where Taylor was going to position the car. Taylor, nice, great lead run, tucking the nose into that inner clip, transitioning nicely. Look, pulled a bit of a gap there on Ben, but watch this as he transitions. Is Ben's front wheel all wobbly? It is too. Something's broken on the front of Ben's car. Something's broken.
Right front vibration, you can see it come through. Big angle at this point here and there.
Yeah.
So at that point, especially from the overhead shot, I don't know, could have gone anyway. Stephen McIver, what's happening down there in pit lane?
I'll try and talk a little bit quicker for your mate up there. Scotty, second time out for the car. Are you starting to feel it better?
Yeah, this weekend I couldn't have faulted the car. The pit boys done everything we could to get it hooked up. Some slightly stiffer springs in the back, and I think we'll be dialed in. Just so much smoke here. I felt like I was going to go through Dave on the last turn, so that sort of threw it away for us, which sucks. But I can't thank real estate with Pauline Dinsdale enough for giving the opportunity to drive a car to this caliper. Danny Boy's making the car look mint. A few more of these stickers on here and we might get the checkered flag, so we'll keep pushing for it.
All right, see you at the finale.
That's the one, mate. Wall rides are on.
Wall rides are on. Oh, Scotty D wants to play in the concrete. Well, I can't really see any vibrations.
Other side where that wheel is, but yeah, look at that. Ben's come in, quarter 5 minutes. Either he's coming there, so now it's something that my car, I used to go through them flat out, and you can see he's got a lot of front toe in there. When Ben's come through the centre section, has he jumped on the foot brake? Now, something my car used to do when you're heavy on lock and then you go and hit the foot brake, it would load up the front wheel and it'd actually try and turn the wheel and bend the tie rod in. But look at that.
Wow, yeah, there's...
I'm good, eh? I'm good. Did you see how I picked that up?
Cole Armstrong, let me just say, you are good.
Got it. Nailed it. Jordan Joyce.
Oh, Rich, can we just go? That was really impressive.
Well, it's that yellow stripe that's what caught my eye. And that's exactly why the guys are putting them out there. It's giving the judges a real opportunity to look at them. Look at this now of Jordan Joyce's car. Really hard to see when these tyres are spinning to stopping, especially at some high speed. So
they've only got to have them on the rears, or is it front as well?
Yeah, we'll see. Jordan's got a grey spot on his. So yeah, it's mainly meant to be on the rear, so you can see the tyre or the rim, as I say, stop when they pull the handbrake, because obviously the brake lights don't come on. Now it's something different we've seen over in FD. They've now started having like inertia lights, so where the car actually decels, the lights come on.
Jason Ferrin didn't scrub just then, he just drove straight up.
You don't need to, mate. He's got those Valino tyres.
He's on Valinos as well.
Yep.
And he's a lead car.
So Jordan Joyce needs to be on his door on that entry, because this car is a rocket ship.
Well, it's our first Anzac battle of the day. Are there going to be more?
Nice entry there by, sorry, I was in a dream watching the run there, but Jason Ferrin, bit of a mistake there, running really wide, coming through the centre section, giving Jordan Joyce a bit of a chance to tuck back up on the inside as they dive into the last part of the section here. And was that another bit of understeer there? Did Jason Ferrin just have a bit of a moment as well?
I just think it was an ugly lap. It started okay, but just didn't switch fast enough coming up through Splash.
Yeah, let's check the Ripco replay out here. Now, Jordan's really waiting for Jason to try and initiate, wanting to sit in the pocket there. And
slight correction there, and that's kind of weird.
And then look, bang, straight
really
wheel.
Shallow.
Wow,
Shallow
is that coming out? That's not coming out of drift, but just massive sledging. Huge amounts of sledging. Look, Jordan Joyce just sitting back in the pocket. A little bit of distance there. Probably didn't get really high in the outside clip point there, but not really too bad. Couldn't have the...
Here's the overhead.
Couldn't say he did too many mistakes, but look at that.
Totally
Jason
off.
Ferrin.
Not even near his clip.
Massive, huge advantage here to Jordan Joyce. He just now needs to do a nice, clean lead run. Hopefully the spotters out there are telling him, good advantage, Jordan Joyce, you will need a nice, clean lead run. And Jason Ferrin, like he said before, he's going to have to put it on the door of Jordan Joyce to try and push a mistake.
Well, they'll head back down for the second half of their battle.
Now, you said he didn't scrub, did he? Did he do any...
I don't think he scrubbed. But also, as he came around the corner, the car actually stepped out, and that's normally a part where you want to have grip as well.
Yeah, to get drive. Yeah, for sure. But here we go.
So it's the Barra under the bonnet of the Keep It Reap R31 wagon. It's a 2JZ under the bonnet of the 333. That's the Stock Street Elite Performance S14 of Jordan Joyce. Jordan, you need to put your foot down as quickly as you can. Just looks skatey under there for Ferrin.
Yeah, it is, but look at this. Jordan Joyce is taking a massive advantage here, throwing the car into his first section, transitioning nicely, nipping the handbrake, slowing the car down, back on throttle. Look, Jason Ferrin through the smoke, now wanting to transition, sitting a bit high there, nearly getting lost in the smoke, but doing a great job to gather it back up. And again, huge understeer. Huge understeer. Wow.
Okay, well,
That's a big advantage there to Jordan Joyce. Let's check out the Repco replay here. Look, real late on initiation, way late. Nice transition there by Jordan Joyce. Gets on the throttle. You can see the grip that Jason's car has. Look at it drive right up on the inside. Nearly gets caught in the smoke here. And watch this transition. Goes to get back on throttle, and look at that. Massive understeer. Doing opposite lock. Not what we want to see.
okay, what happens when you're out there with hot, sticky tyres and you start rolling over the marbles from other track races?
To be fair, why it happens there is the car unloads really funny. You're right up on the inside here. You transition the car right up onto sort of a bit of a lip. Look, Jason's right down on the inside. Those rear tyres would have gripped up that much. Tried to get on throttle, and what happens? Just pushes the front.
Well, still waiting to hear what's going on with the 5-minute call from the Jenkins car. Hopefully they've been able to repair and fix whatever they've got wrong with it. The crowd sitting back, enjoying the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship. It is round 4 this weekend. Round 5, Trustpower Bay Park Stadium in Mount Maunganui, 12th and 13th of May. Of course, where champions will be crowned. We go down, they will make their decision. Will it be the 31 R31? Is it going to be the 333 Elite Performance Machine? Jordan Joyce, Jason Ferrin, 1, 2, 3. JJ Jordan Joyce goes through.
I'm going to say this is probably one of your most conservative runs all I've seen.
Yeah, we heard that he had a mechanical problem, so I didn't want to really let that affect me, but yeah, play it safe, try to get through the next round, and it paid off.
How hard is it to deliver what the judges want this weekend, particularly with angle?
Yeah, it's hard with the minimal practice and whatnot, but you know, getting through, watching everyone else's run and trying to keep up is the way to go, I guess.
Dave Steedman next.
Yeah, he's a hard driver, but hey, we got him before at Mount Smart, so we'll try to get him again.
All right, Jordan, well done. Let's go and have a quick chat to Jason Ferrer and the Barrow Wagon. Still love this. Still love this. Man, you look like you were fighting that car all day.
Yeah, so I was doing all right yesterday, and so you might not have noticed, but that whole battle I didn't actually have a clutch at all. So I was starting on the line in gear and then just using the dog box, smacking gears, and basically just using foot brake and rev matching to like modulate and try to get back on power and stuff like that. So hence the sketchiness right there, but we definitely did our best. I'm stoked I kept it together. Just the battle practice this morning, the clutch master decided to let go entirely, and yeah, just no time to fix it. So we're just like, send it, usual keep it reach style.
All right, folks, wait. Hey, folks, give this Aussie a big cheer, mate. He's come over all for the whole season. This is Jason Ferrer in the back. Come on, make some more noise. Let's go, people. That's what we're about. Well done, mate. See you in the finale.
All right, Cole, I've got to ask. He said, I've got no clutch, I'm just smashing the dog box. Talk me through what he's talking about.
Well, just, you've seen it right then, right? So he's putting the car in gear and then starting the car, so it'll start to roll. Now, the type of dog box, you can pull them into gear without using the clutch. It's the whole point of them. They have a less of area that can mesh together, so it's actually easier to try and get gears without the clutch. So something he would have been able to do through the section, but you know, trying to initiate, no clutch. A lot of them are punching the clutch to get the car to let go, so that's why obviously we had a bit of a hesitation, and then, you know, hard to come out of the corner as well and try and pick gears with no clutch. So real good to see Jason Ferrin still holding it together, but sad. Out of this round, obviously the final to go, and we're just seeing Benny Jenkins back out there, so they got the car fixed.
Good to see. Next battle up though is Adam Davies in the Napa Auto Parts Ryko 24/7 Mimico 13B.
That's it. You said it.
Horsepower. He's going up against the Topor lad and the Jason Overs Builders S14 1.5 JZ for Connor Halligan. Only about 650 horsepower for Halligan. He is stepped up at the Pro after doing really, really well last season in Pro Sport. See how he goes.
Listen to that little 13B. Look at that. Nice entry there by Adam Davies. Connor doing a great job as well. Oh no, Connor's gone off there, transitioned too early and gave himself nowhere to go. So huge advantage now for Adam Davies, just needing to hold it together. Hold it together through the centre section. Now he's had some bad luck as Adam, so they'll be wrapped to see the backup car is holding it together for him. But let's check this out here. Great initiation there by Adam and Connor. Right up on the inside, transitions nicely, but look, didn't grab the handbrake. Trying to hold the car out, the car gripped up, shot straight across the track, and that's all she wrote for Connor, so he'll be really disappointed in that because that was going to be a good close battle. Watch him through here. He needed to transition now, grab the handbrake. Look at it, just gripped up, straight across. Just needed to grab the handbrake.
There's a GoPro that just flew across the track as well.
Well, I guess
Connor Halligan's. That's going to make some good footage if they get it back.
Rolling away. But yeah, watch the transition here. Now you needed to see Connor's rear wheels just lock up. He would have extended the drift and carried just outside of Adam Davies' door there, but didn't happen. So huge advantage now to Adam Davies. And look at that, even through there, Adam's transition, not the smoothest into the hairpin there, but good run throughout there by Adam. So let's see now, has Connor got an issue? You know, has his handbrake failed? Is that why? What happened?
Turn back to the line. Where is he? Is he coming down the... Connor Halligan wants us to take his 5 minutes.
Has he?
All right.
Yeah.
So we're going to need to swap the battle, get the next one out. Who is next on this one here? We got this obviously
Taylor James and
Taylor
Ben
James
Jenkins finishing that battle. So yeah, Connor has an issue. I reckon he's got no handbrake.
And of course, more super sprint racing after the D1NZ Top 16. When we find our 8, we'll head it back towards the end of the day here at Manfeild Circuit. Chris Amon.
Yeah, did he just do like the handbrake signal? Like there's no handbrake. That was exactly what happened. He went to grab it, had nothing, and just...
So that's what happened there when...
Yeah, on his transition.
And steering problems as well, I'm hearing, so...
You watch him come through here.
So this is like, okay, I'm ready to go. I'll just grab the handbrake. Where is it?
So he dropped the wheel too on the initiation, and obviously even maybe going over those ripples too has done a... Oh yeah, let's see that wheel just have a big shock load on it.
Oh man, what just fell off? That was who needs a camera? All right, this is the second pass now, and it's the Benny Jenkins in the Carter's Tyre North Shore Toyota parts. And look at that word over there, Valino, the stickiest tyres in drift. It's down to the hands of Launchmaster Willie, waiting for the okay, and he'll get ready to full send them down the front straight here. There he goes, 3, 2, 1, off you go. Ben Jenkins, he qualified further down the field. Taylor James qualified in first position, 90.5, not a bad run for him. And you can see, look, he's going down, he's checking to make sure that he's got grip, that the wheels are turning the right way.
That's it, Steve. Obviously, bending a tie rod in, I think, is probably what happened for poor Benny. But huge advantage now for Taylor James. Ben just really needs to force a mistake on Taylor's behalf. But look at that car launching him behind Ben there. He just really needs to slow it up. Look at that. Taylor's doing a great job trying to transition the car nicely. Sitting right in the pocket, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this drive here from Taylor James. Sitting right up on the door here of Ben Jenkins as they finish the last part of the section. That was a good bit of driving.
That was so impressive. It was a great lead run though.
It was.
Such a good lead run by Ben Jenkins. He'll be gutted because of what could have been. I mean, he could have forced an OMT with a lead run like that, but Taylor James, how much grip has that guy got?
Yeah, look at the car bouncing around, really fighting it. Did transition nicely through the centre section here. Now just let him sitting on the left foot brake, holding the car, just scraping the front bumper on the rear of Ben Jenkins through that centre section. Did a great job to hold the car up and finish the section nice and smooth together.
Cole, how important is it to lead out the first run of the battle?
Oh, I think it's critical. When you want to lead your first battle, you're going to throw down a big score. Like, actually, we missed that. Ben was real wide and missed that inside clip through the centre section there as well, and missed that inside clip as well coming through the midsection. So a little bit offline there was Ben also. But in my eyes, it's critical, mate, because you set down a lead run, you feel comfortable, it's your first pass. If you've done a mistake, you know what you've got to do for the chase run. You've got to push really hard. Yeah. You've done a great lead. Well, you know you've still got to push hard, but you have that slight advantage that they're going to do something wrong.
Oh, almost thought it might have been just a touch of contact, but no, he's a metre off. Comes through to finish. Of course, one thing with Taylor is that he is going to have a fresh set of tyres as a higher qualifier. as far as he goes through, he is going to lead every single battle he has today. Let's see if he takes the win. 1, 2, 3, straight cut. That's us. Taylor James gets the win.
Hey man, that's the best chase I've seen all weekend.
Yeah, I was a little bit messy, I guess, but in my head, the boys said I did have a bit of an advantage there. Ben said he bent it in a rack end and it went off the last corner as he switched. So, yeah, no, it was good fun, and ready for the next one.
It's currently sitting on points second on the table. Top qualifier here. Where are the confidence at the moment?
Yeah, it's cool. Like qualifying, like obviously there's a little bit extra points is good, but yeah, battles where it counts. So, no, happy to be going in the top 8.
All right, go get it. Have a talk to Benny because Ben, that lead run, looked good. If what might have been for the chase, right?
Yeah. I'm absolutely gutted. That's completely out of myself and my team's control. Something mechanically went wrong on my chase. I put on a damn good chase against Taylor. He's a class act. He's a fast boy, and I've been let down by a mechanical gremlin in the front of this thing that decided to show right now. So, hats off to my amazing team. Following us all the way down here in Manfeild and taking great time off their work. And we'll go back home now.
And we'll see you at the finale in Mount Maunganui, buddy.
Yeah, see you at Bay Park. It's going to be a hell of a finish to the year. And I tell you what, I'm not really going to care there. I'm going to put it all on the line.
Good boy.
Oh, poor Ben, he's absolutely gutted. He talks about this was a mechanical, it wasn't me. I mean, if you make a mistake and you can blame yourself, you've only got yourself to hold. But when it's an issue with a part or something, it is gutting.
Oh, it is. Especially when, like you say, the team comes down, they all take time off work. Everyone here's got a normal day job, and everyone's doing this for the love of the sport and the love of the team. So yeah, pretty heartbreaking, no doubt, for those guys, especially because they qualified really well and Ben was driving really, really well. So yeah, it's the nature of the sport. But here we go, Steve. We've got the next part of the battle as you run us through this one.
Well, we've seen the first of the Team Jenkins cars. He's out, but this is it's Troy's opportunity now to hold it together for Team Jenkins Motorsport. Carter's Tyres, 2JZ under the bonnet, North Shore Toyota Parts looking after the team, but it's the Roofing Industries FCRX7 in behind. Adam Camplin to give chase, and a gap already formed.
Yeah, beautiful entry there by Troy, tucking right up on the inside now. Adam way up on the inside line here, dropping 1, 2 wheels offline, straight lining through the centre section. So great lead run here by Troy. Sitting the car out nice and wide through here. Now tucking the nose down. Great drive there by Troy Jenkins right there. Adam doing some massive mistakes through the midsection there. It's so critical.
This one here, I mean, you just see it. I mean, we see a gap was already formed. Troy just pushed the button and just, I'm off. I know that Adam, I believe, was struggling a little bit with these semi-slick tyres. Look at him, just 3 wheels off.
Out of drift. And that'll be a 10-0 to Troy. So the spotter will no doubt be telling him. Big advantage to Troy through this. And you watch, Adam will be wanting to push it really hard for the second part of this battle and try and force a mistake from Troy. But I don't know if that's going to happen just after that run of Troy. That was a real good drive. Put the car in some nice positions. Would have probably been a better qualifying, to be fair, than not quite through that outside zone. He qualified pretty well.
Troy, 7th position.
Yeah, great. He probably got like an 84 or 83.5. I think there was about 5 people that got an 83. So good to see. But yeah, Repco Replay here showing us, George from Inspire You Media, showing us the top angle, which is so great to see, Steve. You can see so much more.
And it's great for the judges to actually be able to deliberate. Great for the people at home to see exactly what's going on with these drivers as we get ready for the second half of the battle here. The Valvoline D1NZ round number 4, Manfeild Circuit, Chris Amon. The weather is amazing today. The track temperatures are great. The rumble of a V8, none of these are. You know what? I can just see he's driving out on track. Fanger Dan Woolhouse, he'll be out shortly.
Sean Potros, is that who's battling?
Yeah, Fanger versus Potros. Potros effect come up and shake the championship. We're going to find out in a couple of minutes' time. Until then, we go down to Launchmaster Willie. There he goes. 3, 2, 1. Send them. Adam Campbell and Troy Jenkins. Adam Campbell's turn in the Roofing Industries FC to lead them out. What can Troy Jenkins do? He's just got to hold on to a drift. He's just got to maintain it. And he is going to come away with the victory.
Hey, we've seen how easily that can happen. Michael Thorley nearly showed us the same scenario, but at the moment I'd say it's a 10-0, so...
Well, off we go, straight in the FC goes. It's Adam Campbell. Hard to force a mistake from the front. Troy just holding back a little bit. You see him start to set the car back up again.
Yeah, nice chase there by Troy. Just really needing to hold it together. Not zero out in this run, but massive lead there by Adam Campbell, and off he goes at the last part
enough.
of
There we go.
What is up with the end part of this section? It's just amazing of how much understeer a lot of these guys are getting. It can't be lack of grip, because realistically then the rear of the car would over-rotate, right, as I see. So it's got to be how the cars are unloading coming into that centre section. But then you'd think as the nose tucks down that's getting a lot more weight. But look at this Repco replay here. Massive entry there by Adam. Really tight on the inside there, not really giving Troy much room to take on the inside, but doing a good job here was Troy, just holding the car off that inside ripple strip there.
He certainly wants to win this battle the hardest way possible.
For sure. But yeah, look at this by Adam coming through here. Transitioned really early. See, now he's not high up on the bank.
He also three-wheeled it just for a moment there. He picked up that left front. But again, I mean, that's standard. It's going to be putting weight on the outside front wheel.
Yeah, very odd that one. Very odd.
Look how green it is in New Zealand today.
But here it is here. Nice run through the centre section here. Troy on a great line through here. Nearly runs the wheel over that ripple strip. Does really well, but watch. He just doesn't get very high there was Adam. And look, Troy just tucking the nose down. That's a great line there. It's right here. Watch the car. Needs to unload, come up a bit higher. Yeah, watch him load up. See, the rear of the car really just loaded up. So it's loading up that front wheel heavily there. And then it's just like he comes off power. Because you would think, well, I would have assumed, you would stay in power. That's going to turn the car in and tuck the nose down. But, well, let's see here who takes the win for this battle here. We'll catch up with my great friend down there, Stephen MacGyver. Go let Troy know he's taking the win.
Well, at least one tyre service car in there, mate. Nice work, great lead, and just the safe chase, right?
Yeah, safe chase, but I wanted to try and get as close as I could. It's unfortunate that, again, he's had a steering problem. I think we've battled twice now where he's lost the steering. But, yeah, great for the Carter tyre service, Pukekohe GT86. It's challenging in this sort of heat now, but really good to get a win.
All right, we'll talk soon. Just quickly get Adam Campbell, because I see Connor Halligan's survived his mechanical. Mate, they're all asking what's going on at that the last transition before the hairpin.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just fighting my wheel. It just kind of, once I'm on lock, you're turning the wrong way for the cam. It just wants to peel it out of my hand. So if I let go to use a bit of handbrake or whatever, I'm just lost. So we gave it our best shot. Yeah.
You've had better weekends, right?
We have. Yeah. So early night for the boys, and yeah, we'll load up and head back to Auckland.
And then get ready for the big one in Mount Maunganui, right?
Smoke show, that's the one.
We love the smoke show, baby. Thanks. All righty, folks. More battles to come. Stay with us. We're back shortly.
Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship. It is round number 4 today. Manfeild Circuit, Chris Amon, part of round 7 of the Super Sprint Motorsport New Zealand Championship. And it is time now to see the battle between the 13B rotary powered Ryker 24/7 Mimico Napa Auto Parts 180 of Adam Davies and the JOB Jason Obers Builders 1.5 JZ Nissan S14 of Connor Halligan. You can see them trying to get a little bit more heat in the front, the rear of the car, and we'll get them out. This is to find a place, or this is our top 16 battles to find a place in the 8.
Yeah, well, obviously Connor called a 5 minute, had a bit of an issue out there with steering, so Look at Adam Davies right up on the door there, using all that 1.3 power of that 13B rotary. Kind of doing a great lead run. Oh no, really pushing wide into that outside section, but what a drive from Adam Davies, ladies and gentlemen, right now. Putting that Mimiko 180 SX in all the right spots as Connor finishes that lap, but what a drive from Adam Davies. Has someone given him a shake or something?
I think it was all the talking about how great his car and the DSR team are that we've done. Let's have a look at this replay, and you can see, just get straight into it, Cole. Slight adjustment, but look at him, straight into his job.
It's a real tricky one to enter very fast and on someone's door at this track. You've got to hope they're going to be doing the same and try and mimic everything they do here, but doing a pretty good job as Adam sort of fell behind a little bit in the later part of that section, but kind of doing a pretty good job. I think actually if we did go back on that section, he did miss this inside clip as he came off the, what do you call this sweeper?
Splash.
The splash sweeper. What do you call it that?
I think everyone calls it splash.
Never heard that. 15 years I've been coming here. Never.
No, you got to come to the circuit racing. You had to be coming here 30 years ago to know that it was splash.
Yeah, okay. So I was 6 back then, so yeah, it wasn't allowed.
Gosh, you're in your 30s. You look so young.
Thanks, Steve.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Steve. Yeah, I think my mum and dad, they'll be watching in the lovely Taupo at the moment. They're travelling around the North Island in the camper. Just be at my sister's place with Rebecca and Stevie, chilling out. And this time, Lydia and Theo, they're at home.
Oh, at home.
They're at home, chilling out. It's a long way down here.
That superstar son of yours. All right, let's go down to the judges. Connor Halligan, Adam Davies. Who's going to get it? All three of them. Adam Davies.
Adam Davies, what you just did there, many would say you are on.
Poor Connor had a bit of a scrappy run in front of me, and I just had to do my best to keep up with him. So yeah, happy to go through. It's good. Got a bit of a break now, and we can recoup.
Yeah, you must be feeling good qualifying P2 as well. Confidence must be high.
Yeah, it's good to get in the top 8 first time this season, which is pretty hard to say. But anyway, we'll truck on and hopefully go to the final.
All right, we'll see you there. Let's just a quick chat to Connor Halligan. Go around the other side here. Got to find out exactly what was the mechanical for, pal.
What was that? Sorry.
What was the mechanical for?
Just on the inside there when I come off the track, the front driver's side took a big impact. There's a bit of a hole there, so I just wanted to check it and make sure, before I went sees it in the next run, that the front wheel wasn't going to come off or something silly like that.
Oh, okay. So there was some suggestion maybe you lost your handbrake or anything like that, but nothing.
No, it wasn't like that. It was just checking it over, making sure it's sweet, because we're going so fast into that first corner. You don't want to, something to fly off or something silly to happen. So.
And that's the big battle, the first transition point, right?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, see you in Bay Fair, eh?
Yeah, we'll see you there. Just while I'm here, I just want to say a massive thank you to JOB, Jason Overs Builders. They're here today, my title sponsor for this year. So yeah, thank you. Make it happen. So yeah, cheers.
Nice work, mate. I'll see you at Bay Park, not Bay Fair, because that's where Cole will be shopping.
Hey, talking about Bay Fair, I hear that Bay Fair Shopping Centre is going to be having a couple of the drift cars on display there. So that's why Stephen McIver said it. He didn't get it wrong. That's what he meant. Well, it goes down to the battle between two absolute champions. One the 3-time, the other one's just a champion kid that's moved up to pro and shaking up the big boys. He's been in there a couple of seasons now, and he looks really comfortable behind the wheel of that black machine. But he's got a 3-times champion. That's the Century Batteries Castrol New Zealand RTR Mustang. Fangadan Woolhouse comes out to play today.
This is going to be an interesting one to see here. Now, Fanga has one of the biggest transitions off the sweeper, so it'll be interesting to see what Sean does. Doing a great job here, sitting up on the inside here. Look at the lock Sean had to put onto the car. Run off short there. Run out of drift there. Wow, gave it and absolutely gave it away. Fangadan just needing to hold it together. Sean Potros will be absolutely spewing about that. Transition just a little bit early. Wow, that's caught out so many people. Repco replay here, check this out. Great job here by Fangadan, leaning out mid-track. Now coming across here, transitions nicely. Actually didn't do a real aggressive switch like I thought he did. And Sean just transitioned too early. Mid-track, didn't have anywhere to go. Really disappointing to see for Sean. He'll be gutted about that.
It's hard to shake, well, you'd know, it's hard to shake a champion. You very seldom could get shaken. You couldn't get into your brain.
You can, you get into your own. Look at that transition in the middle of the track. That's why you have to transition at that out in a clip there, where Fanger is, transition, otherwise you just don't have enough track to try and come back through. So we'll look at him here, mid-track transition, a whole car length off, and then has nowhere to go. And actually did it quite shallow too, so quite a way actually still back into the sweeper. So pretty gutted there will be Sean Potros, but I'm sure we're going to see a massive run here now by Sean, just trying to force a mistake here from Fanger Dan.
For Sean Potros out of Taranaki in the Elite Performance Stock Street 2JZ powered Nissan Silvia S15 up against that Century Batteries Castrol New Zealand RTR on Tri-Ace tyres. Fanger, what does Fanger do now? He knows that he's got the advantage. Does Fanger even have a spotter?
Yeah.
He spent years going, I don't need to talk to anybody.
No, they definitely have a spotter. Because I remember I used to say things and then they'd tell Fanger. They'd be like, damn it, I'm going to whisper now. But here we go. Sean Potros, massive entry here. Look at that by Sean. Rotating the car nicely. Fanger just stalling the car out, doing a great job here, trying to hold it together as Sean lays a massive smoke screen down, but Fanger not doing anything silly, holding the car together. Sean just doing a great lead run here. Fanger closing the door a little bit through that end section there too, Steve.
Why does Fanger always look like he's just going out for a Sunday drive?
Oh, just that's experience, mate.
Yeah.
That's smooth, just something I shouldn't say, but I am going to say it, Lydia. He was doing all he needed to do.
My wife's not even allowed to tell me what I say. Just don't tell me, love.
Apparently I used to say that all the time. But anyway, not now.
Well, sometimes we just get comfortable.
It's a good word to use.
Absolutely.
He's doing all he needs to do.
Big thank you to Fanger Dan and Nicole as well. They gave me a drift. You have one of those in yourself, a drift corp hat.
Oh, see, I only got one of them when I drove the VF.
Oh, I felt very special at driver's briefing yesterday. Fanger walked up, had a couple of hats. He said, oh, here you go, Steve, this is for you. And for Nick, the most well-known back in motorsport.
Pretty cool here. Look at this Repco replay here. Massive transition out into this outside zone. Are the judges looking for something silly here? I don't think so. I think we just got a good replay going on. Fanger just doing a nice rolling burnout to finish the section. And I think that's all she wrote. Sean, it's been a bit of an up and down year for Sean. You know, they had motor failure, they had a massive drama at Mount Smart. Yeah, it's been a bit of a telling one. So,
you just watch next year, he's going to win the championship.
Well, it took me 7 years, man. It takes a long time. Some people, like a dude I know, Darren Kelly, he just somehow won it like this second year.
3 or 4. 1, 2, 3. Fanger Dan takes the win.
Well, Mr. Three-Time, great lead. What did you make of your chase?
Yeah, I was a pretty boring Fanger run, that one. You know, I knew I had the advantage, and you know, like this track is most probably the hardest track now here in NZ to run left-hand drive, especially on these big open parts where it's really smoky there and on the infield. So you just got to play it super careful, and you know, as much as you like, you got the advantage from a good lead run, you know, you can throw it out of the window and lose it, or make it a rerun by having another zero. So I just had to play it super clean and move on.
Which you have done. Unfortunately, Sean Potros, you haven't moved on. Been a battle this weekend to figure this track out for you a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, just trying new things. Getting, used to these change the brand of tyre. So trying to get the grips of it. But probably just got a bit too happy and too much angle on the chase there and threw it away. But that's right. I always know I've got to push 100% with Fanger. So it's a good drive.
How frustrating has it been this season for you?
Oh, yeah, Mount Smart, when the motor blew up, I wanted to give up. But we're still here, and Bay Park's where it's all the fun anyway. So big wall rides, and hopefully not stove the rear end like last year.
Can't wait to see them, mate. Go put on a smoke show.
Yeah, we'll do. I'll be supporting Jordan. Hopefully he goes to the top.
You got to love it. What did he say? A pretty boring Fanger run.
It was played it safe, you know, kept his distance, stayed out of the smoke. Like you said, we don't actually realise left hook, he's in the smoke the whole way, but
hey, look, here's a big run. This will be the first time, I'm pretty sure, in his pro career that Alex Stocky Griffin has led out a first run.
Yeah, great to
qualifier.
see. Great run. He's done a lot of laps here, has Alex, and hopefully, fingers crossed, he can hold it together for this first part of this battle, Steve.
Well, they accelerate from the line. He's already created a massive gap. Alex Stocky Griffin in the RHP Reed & Harrison Performance Limitless Tyre Barra-powered Nissan S15.
Yeah, it's stellar lead so far. Stocky really sitting the car, not probably the perfect line, but still doing a great job here. Nice and smooth through that centre section. Michael Thorley really got pulled away from on that section. So great to see there by Stocky. Let's check the Repco replay out. Massive gap here, massive. Now this is saying Stocky needs to be told by a spotter, be aware. Obviously Michael Thorley on the entry is a little bit slower, so he doesn't want to get caught out. Wants to sit just down inside that inside clip or inside pocket as they enter the sweeper, but great drive there. I think a little bit of a bobble there as Thorley came into the last part of that section, but
so there was probably the things to look at for if you're going and looking at the different drivers will be here. Stocky, a little bit off his line. He's a little bit too high. Can't bring it down.
Yeah.
Needs to be about a metre off that one and right on that cone there with the rear of the car.
So realistically, Thorley did a better line through that centre section.
Now, did Thorley drop a wheel at this point there?
I'm not sure. Couldn't see that camera angle.
Yeah, there was a different angle earlier on in the shot, but okay. And then this one there, what was that? That was just on the handbrake too quickly, or?
Yeah, it's right there. There's a bit of a, see, he's grabbed the handbrake again, just trying to really extend the drift. So he's obviously very tight on the inside of the hairpin there, but pretty even, I'd have to say, by both those drivers. Obviously, Alex needing to lead out and have the best line. So not perfect there, but let's see how they go now for the second part of their battle.
And look at the speed. Michael Thorley was like, I'm off, but they've been told that once you accelerate as well, you're expected to hold that. The old days have been able to try and jump forward and back, coming along. They've been told, don't do that. Once you get on the gas, the chase car can get on it too. So you'll see Thorley's going to find his time to go, which is normally about now, and we'll see him start to accelerate in the D1NZ 180 is 6. It's RB versus Barra.
Yeah, great chase here so far by Alex Griffin, sitting right up on the inside pocket. Now needs to transition and tuck back down. Doing a great job as Alex with a great lead there by Michael Thorley. Now Stocky just needs to hold it together, get around this inside clip, and he does there, but what a drive by both these guys. They've had a real rocky season, so good to see a real good run there by both of them.
A smooth run, a good run, a nice lead, a nice chase. Really impressed with the chase by Stocky, Alex Stocky Griffin.
Did really well, was patient through this centre section, tucked up on the inside here, nice. A little bit shallower through that centre section, but keeping the proximity, and Thorley was really wide. Real mid-track through there instead of being nice and tight. Alex nearly got himself caught out there on the dipper, but Lincoln, great run through there. So if we go lead for lead, Thorley transitions a slight bit better than Stocky through that centre section. Drops the nose actually pretty well through here, and then it's just a little bit of a different line. Sort of misses that outside clip and kind of misses that inside clip as well. So this is this is probably one of the bigger ones for the judges on this one, I think, to pick on this. Real tight battle by both these drivers.
And of course, if you're a Super Sprint fan, we'll be straight back with Rusty, Andrew, Steve McIver after the drifting, bringing you all the best motorsport action around Aotearoa today. Manfeild Circuit, Chris Amon coming through to finish.
Great run by both these drivers. I think they should both give themselves a pat on the back, because that was that was good to see for the finish of the. Here we go! Wow, Alex Griffin takes the win on this one. Holy moly! Steve McIver, give him a pat on the back. It's great to see.
Okay, well, I got to get about a thing. There's your little pat on your back from Cole, mate. Congratulations. Some wild screaming up there. Lovely run, mate. Really lovely run.
Yeah, thanks. I was happy to put down a good lead run. I've been pretty happy there all day. And kept myself out of the smoke, so I never got lost. Michael put down a really nice lead run. Beautiful to chase. Had a great time.
Where's the most challenging part of this run?
I'm going to say it's making sure you don't get gapped at the start, and also approaching the hairpin, just judging how that other car is going to slow up, and you want to try and park it there, but not do like a Sam West and try and drive through the guy, you know?
Okay, you've earned yourself a day with Fangadan.
Yeah, I told him before I'd see him later.
Cannot wait for that one. Let's have a quick chat to Michael. Michael, by the way, folks, runner-up in Taupo last time out and was pretty stoked, probably a little bit disappointed this time around.
Oh, definitely not the result we're after. The car was feeling really good in practice. And I don't know what's changed. It's sloppy out there, so yeah, no good.
Yes, but there is still one big round to go in Bay Park the weekend of the 12th and 13th.
Yeah, make sure you're there in Bay Park. We'll put on a show as with everyone and hopefully not write the car off again. So.
All right, mate. Thanks, Rico. Hey, folks, you ready for more drifting a little bit later on? Yeah, come on, make some noise. One man that won't be here for the rest of the day is Ben Jenkins. We got a little closer to him earlier.
I'm Ben Jenkins, and I'm a driver of the Carter's Tyres Pukekohe North Shore Toyota Parts GT86 for Team Jenkins Motorsport. I think we figured out that this is my fourth year or fifth year, my fourth year in pro. I did quite a few years as pro sport and leader as well. So I've been involved for many years now in D1NZ through pro sport and supporting my brother at the start. So yeah, well, my passion for drifting, it began years ago when I was like a teenager. And I was actually a tyre changer. I used to change tyres for the likes of Nico Reed, Cam Vernon, Hugo McLean as the company that I worked for when I was young. We followed D1NZ around and we were the tyre changers. So yeah, that's where my passion began. I've always liked my Japanese cars and things like that, and grew up racing motocross with my brother on the farm and doing things like that. So yeah, the next step was to get into a roll cage and something a little bit safer on the limbs and yeah, have a bit of fun and express what you want to do in a car. And it's a bit different obviously in normal track racing because there's a lot more excitement, a lot more variables involved, and yeah, I guess I've just been an adrenaline junkie since I was younger. Deciding to compete was a big thing back then. I was helping my brother. We were just a two-man team helping Troy back in pro sport back in the early days. You know, he had an SR20 S15 and nothing was like what these cars are today. Yeah, I just grew a passion of helping him and then really wanted to get into it and decided I really wanted to compete myself. Back then we were good teammates with the Seas Garage boys and things like that, and we had a wicked four-car team of Sylvias that were just great style and things like that, and that's really what got me into it. Standout moments, there's been some great ones, but yeah, definitely the podiums and winning rounds. That is obviously standing on top of that podium is a feeling that you can't get anywhere else really, you know. Have had some good ones last year here at Taupo when we had the double round, the second day. That was a hard one getting through that. I'd been sick and crook the weeks leading up to the event, so the energy levels were low. So I ended up standing on the podium in third on the second day last year. So that was an epic achievement, especially for myself and the team to be able to pull that one off. I really want to battle Jason Ferrin. He's part of our team this year. We actually haven't had a chance to drive against that barrow in the last couple of events. So yeah, I'm pretty damn keen to battle him, and I've also got a score to settle with my brother Troy. So he whipped my butt in the final last year at Bay Park. So I'm pretty keen to put him in his place. So we run two identical cars. The only thing difference in our cars between Troy and I would be seating position. They're full built Hughes race engines, built 2JZs, still 3 litre. Borg Warner EFR turbos on the side, tuned by James Walden at JT Performance up in Auckland. So we keep our program pretty close packed, pretty in-house, and we don't need to go too far away from our workshop or things like that to get the work done. They make 750 horse on a little bit of boost, 24 pound, 25 pound. And they're just chilling at that sort of power here with what sort of tyre we can run. You know, we're in New Zealand, we're only restricted to a 265. So 750 is more than enough, and to be completely honest, I don't run it up there much at all. It's normally sitting around at that 650, 600 mark, just for longevity and things. And yeah, they got TTI 5-speed GTO gearboxes. We work closely with Trans-Tasman Industries with a wicked sequential gearbox. We've been running them since day one. They've got Winter's quick change in the back of them, and custom drive shaft shop axles in the back, and stance coilovers that are custom built for us through Stance in America for these cars. Carter's Tyres Pukekohe, they look after all our tyre needs. We run a GT radial. We work with GT radial, SX2 Pro on the back, and a 265/35, and on the front we run a Nankang AR01, which is like a better tyre for the front to grab that fast needed grip in the front. All supplied by Carter's Tyres Pukekohe. It's not an easy feat running two cars. Yeah, they are identical, but you know, different needs, different drivers. We run a big program. We have pretty much a spare set of everything for these cars. We like to run on a really high reliability rate, especially to give them the best show at events for our sponsors and things like that. We're pretty particular when we go back to our workshop to do our pull downs and things like that. So our crew, they're amazing. The help we get, they come from all angles of New Zealand, all places in New Zealand. Ian Shepherd, who's been in the game for many years, who the younger times of D1 was crewing for Mad Mike and Mike Redette, sorry. He runs these cars with the boys, and yeah, it just keeps them on rails. So it's definitely an important part. The cars and the drivers and the look good, but the main part about it is having that crew behind them that know what they're doing and can really pull it together at the end of the day.
Well, it is time. The Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship round number 4 rolls into Manfeild Circuit. Chris Amon today. It is now time for the top 8. Hi, I'm Steve Daniel, part of the commentary team. Joined with me, a 2 times New Zealand Drift King, Cole Armstrong. How are you, mate?
I'm good, Steve. I'm excited. Ready to see these guys set it out. Well, we've got the top 8 coming up. Guys been sitting around for a little while, so I'm sure it's going to be action-packed straight off the bat.
Taylor James going up against Alex Palier, Jordan Joyce versus Dave Stebbin, Adam Davies versus Troy Jenkins, and Fangadan Woolhouse going up against Alex Stocky Griffin.
We've got some good matches.
They sure do. We've got all 8 cars lined up on the line, and we can see the first one is getting ready to go out now. Out of Tukuroa in the ProWare Valino Roundwood New Zealand RB34, this thing producing over 1,000 horsepower, 187 on the window. It is Taylor James, the man who's trying to get an opportunity to chase down a title. Fangadan, though, he's in a good place right now.
Yeah, he is indeed. Obviously, Taylor, could get up there in the points if he has a bit of a win here this weekend. So,
it's the biggest motor going up against arguably the smallest, well, in displacement, 2-litre F20C. This thing here is a S2000, 400 horsepower JS Racing torque performance on the side of that car. Out of Christchurch, it is Alex Palier, the higher qualifier, will set the pace. It goes down to Launchmaster Willie, 3-2-1, and it is a full send down the front straight here at Mighty Manawatu Manfeild Circuit. Chris Amon. Let's see how these two go, Cole.
Well, we've seen Alex out there so far, really aggressive into this first entry, but we know Taylor James is going to be quick. He's going to come straight out of the hole and really throw that car down into this first sweeper we've got out here. But look at that, Alex sitting with him. Real early entry there from Taylor James. Massive entry, but look at that, Alex sitting right there, transitions nicely. Gets up on the pocket on the inside there as Taylor drives through this midsection. Dropping the nose down to that inner clip now, pushing right out to the outside zone of this hairpin before they dive in there.
Coming through, the chase car hit one of the cones going through. That is definitely one wheel off. It's going to be a points deduction for Alex Palier. Has he done enough in his chase, though? Well, let's have a look. Talk us through this replay.
What an exciting first battle out. Here we go. Look at Taylor James. Good angle coming through there. A few small bobbles, but a pretty good line. Opening the door up for Alex to really tuck up on the inside. A nice transition through here. Just running a wheel on the ripple. I think that was real close there. Nice and wide here before they both dive down to finish off the run there. Alex missing that in a clip just a smidgy, but look at this footage here from George up in the sky. Watch this car transition here. Taylor, a nice clean line through this midsection. Alex Palier sitting with them though. Really surprised me quite a lot there, Steve.
That thing there, although it's a low displacement, it's light, it's got good horsepower for a light car. There's the cone going over.
Yeah, pretty clean run for both those lads.
I'm guessing we're going to have to put an advantage in the way of Taylor James. I mean, I know it's only a minor deduction. Again, we go back down to Launchmaster Willie. We'll set them free to go again. JS Racing. It is Alex Palier's turn to lead them out.
You have to say, yeah, small mistake there possibly from Alex on the chase there. Going to be a bit of, tight run coming up now. Let's see how Taylor goes, sitting in behind. Now, I went and talked to him before in the pits. He is coming in with no tread on those tyres, so they're using every little millimetre of tread of those Valinos. And no doubt Alex will be as well, but
I think they're coming through just to reset the cone that was on the track. He's just getting told where that the marshal going out. They'll reset the cone. It's just a marker point for the drivers so that they can essentially come through, know that they're on the correct judge's line.
Yeah. Hopefully he puts it in the right spot. Steve, surely he would have been watching, seeing where it was all weekend. Nice little X marks the spot. But it is, track conditions are nice. Obviously, just had a lot of circuit racing out there, and it's all looking pretty clean and clear. Not too many marbles for the drivers out there to transition on. I think they've actually swept the track, haven't they, Steve?
Yeah, they certainly did. They have came through. I don't think they gave it a sweep after this one here, so there may be a few more marbles.
Here we go for the next part of this battle here.
Well, both of these cars heading down the front straight. They'll make their way around the first turn. Lead driver on the left-hand side of the track. Taylor, he's got no interest in slowing down either. Here they go, both of the cars into the first turn.
Yeah, look at that entry by Alex Palaire. Massive angle, really giving Taylor nowhere to go. Taylor really having to hold that car up as they transition through the midsection here. What a great shot we've got of the aerial drone as they now transition the outside of the car into that top hairpin, dropping the nose down and on. Alex has had a little moment through there. Really allowed Taylor to close the door. What a battle, Steve.
What a battle, but what a drive from the chase driver, which is Taylor James, coming through the hairpin. He set himself up beautifully. Talk us through what happened here.
Massive entry here by Alex Palaire. Doing a good job. Taylor really didn't put his car in the right position. Did well to hold it up and sit the car back so it didn't dive through like we have seen some of the battles out there. And then holding it all together to finish the last part of the section. But what's this? Little mishap there by Alex as he came out of the last part of the section, and Taylor did really well.
The most amazing thing for me was Taylor James, rather than stall up the car, actually held the car sideways and continued his drift. The car doesn't straighten up when the mistakes happen in front of him. See, the car is still...
Yeah, he did well through there, but massively offline.
Yeah.
Taylor switched right in the centre of the track, so it's going to be a pretty big deduction. We've got to now look at, okay, what happened through here? Alex, yes, he had a stall up, but really wasn't offline. Didn't do too much, didn't really hinder anything of Taylor James out there, so it's going to be a real tight one. Look at this massive angle Alex is throwing into that final corner, but right here, just had a little moment. Yeah, it's like the car bogged down on him, and he was really lucky to save that. So, going to be an interesting one here for the judges. First battle out of the top 8 here, Steve.
And of course, it's the penultimate round of the 2023 D1NZ National Drifting Championship, and they are trying to chase down a championship. Taylor James gets all 3 strikes, goes through to the next round.
You're a changing man. You're wearing your hat the right way, which is a crazy thing for the start, but honestly, that chase and Alex's lead on the last run, that was pretty to watch.
It was cool, yeah. No, like Alex's car is definitely no slouch. It's definitely a quick little car, so yeah, I felt we had an all good lead, and we tried to put on a good chase. I got lost in the smoke a couple of times, but managed to get the proximity back, and yeah, wrapped to get that one.
The potential of Steedman or Joyce.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, cool. We'll quickly run back up and watch what happens there, and yeah, wrapped.
You're a good poker player, saying nothing about potential opposition. Alex Palaire, that lead, mega, buddy.
Oh, that was freaking awesome. I'm actually pumped, eh? Like, this was always going to be a fun battle for me. Someone like Tay James, you know, he's definitely up there to take it all the way. So, he did an awesome lead for me. I actually managed to stick with him, which I was honestly proud of. I just had a wicked weekend. It's time now for me to watch and enjoy the rest of the show.
All that from Christchurch, eh?
Yeah, that's right. It's a massive mission to come out here. I got countless friends, and they know who they are. That just like let me sleep on their couch, you know, and just like hold on to my car, my trailer, everything. Huge mission. So of course I can't do it with everyone on the car. Like every little bit has helped, you know. So I'm just stoked to be here, and that was freaking sick.
Folks, show them some love all the way from Christchurch. Come on.
Yeah, that's right. Good man coming all the way up, putting with these top North Island drivers. But here's our next battle, Steve. Who have we got coming up now?
Well, leading out with the higher qualifier in the Napa Auto Parts Ryker 24/7 Mimico RB32 powered Nissan Silvia S14. Toting is Dave Steadman. He's going up against Jordan Joyce in the Elite Performance Stock Street 2JZ powered Nissan Silvia S15. And we are hard on the accelerator coming into drift.
Yeah, look at that. Massive entry there by Dave Steadman. Huge angle, but nice by Jordan Joyce, sitting in the pocket here. Just runs a wheel up over the inside ripple there, but still keeping the proximity and just got lost in the smoke there. Not what we want to see for Jordan. Just dropped back a little bit and got caught in that massive plume of smoke that Dave Steadman was just bellowing out there. But what a great lead run there by Dave Steadman. Massive entry.
Dave Steadman, part of Team DSR. That team's won 3 times here at Manfeild. They love this track, and he's going to show you why right now.
Yeah, look at the Repco replay here. Massive entry here. Nice line there by Dave. Transitions nicely. Jordan just transitioned half a car length to a car length too early, and watch this. Transitions just too early before the corner needed to, and yeah, really set up a bit of a bad line for him to finish that lap off. But he will now lead out, and we'll see how that goes. But look at this, eye in the sky from George. Look at that transition, just a touch early for Jordan. If it had waited another second, he probably would have transitioned beautifully, got right up on the pocket of Dave. Because from there then, Steve, he was a little bit out, a little bit wider, then transitioned just too early there, knew what he'd done, and that's all she wrote.
Well, he comes through to finish. We'll get ready for a second half of the battle. It's Jordan Joyce's turn to lead out. It's 2J versus RB. Jordan Joyce going up against Dave Steadman. Left-hand side of the tree, Jordan Joyce qualifying in 13th position. Dave Steadman qualifying in 5th place. It's S14 versus S14. Let's see how these two drivers go as they head down the front straight into the first turn. Steadman going for a slingshot.
I'll be sitting back knowing there's a big advantage for Dave, but look at that, not giving an inch, right on the entry, even entered before Jordan. That is massive from Dave. Really using all that power he has under the bonnet there. Transitions nicely, just sitting in that pocket. Hopefully transitions nice through here, dropping the nose down to that inside clip. Jordan doing a great lead run as he comes through the last part of the section. Nearly looked like he was going to over-rotate just there, Steve, but held it together, and what a battle by these two men.
Nice clean drive. Dave lacking a little bit in angle, but he knew exactly what he had to do to come through. As you said, look at him. He initiated earlier than the lead driver.
Yeah, he did. Look at the car just bouncing down, grabbing a lot of grip through there, but great lead there by Jordan Joyce, tucking the nose right onto the inside of that track. Probably is a little bit off on that in a clip there, but you can't fault that. Look at the car sitting down, squatting, getting a lot of grip, trying to come into the last part of that hairpin. So awesome seeing these replays, Steve, especially this one right now.
Well, it's always action-packed in the D1NZ, bringing the technology. George from Inspire You Media.
Just great, look at that. Nice transition there, Dave. Look at it.
So smooth. Yeah, big smoke.
Smoke they're having to drive through on each transition. It's a whiteout when you go through that.
So one of the things that I'd look at coming through the sweeper, you can see a lot of angle. It almost looked like Dave had sort of straightened a little bit, but we talk about it. Yeah, not coming out of the hairpin. No, he did. He straightened a little bit, but what I was going to say, rolling burnout right-hand side. Yeah, he's allowed to do it.
Yeah.
Yes. He was definitely straight. But rolling burnout right-hand side, it's okay. That's what my point is.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Way.
Oh, that's a great battle. And as I say, these guys have been sitting around for 3 to 4 hours, so it's great to see them jump back in the hot seat and really lay down some exciting battles. Yeah, I can see the judges. They're looking at another replay. So the word is right. The word is.
There it is.
There we go. Dave Steadman getting the win.
Mate, the way you came in for that lead run, I got really excited.
Yeah, I mean, the track conditions have changed a wee bit. It's a shame we didn't get to practice, but it's a little bit slipperier, but I managed to pull it off. So, yeah, real stoked. It's always tough battling Jordan, so, yeah, stoked to take the win.
Ready for Taylor James, top qualifier?
Oh, who?
Ah, you're a funny man, Dave Steedman. Round runner and topo. That's what confidence does to you, eh? Jordan Joyce. Yeah, Chase hurt you, but a good pickup on the lead.
Yeah, it's not the outcome we wanted, but we made it to the top 8, so we made it to the end of the weekend. I mean, I'd like to thank everyone that come out and help, and D1 for putting on the show, and I mean, we'll put it all on the line at Bay Park.
Mate, you got a solid crew, and I know you and Shauna just throw it all out there at Bay Park, right?
Oh, yeah, we like to party at the Bay Park, so, we'll put it on, so, hey, we'll see you all there.
Yeah, look forward to it, buddy. Take care.
Cheers, Steve.
I think he's talking to me.
Yeah, I don't think you got the memo about calling him Steven.
Just call us both Stephen.
Yeah.
Steve McIver on the ground all day. Gosh, that man works very, very hard.
He does. You can hear his voice. It's definitely starting to get well used. But that's a good company man right there. Is our Stephen McIver down on the ground.
He's a professional. Well, here we go. It's our next battle of the afternoon. Adam Davies out of Tauranga, the Napa Auto Parts Ryco 24/7 Mimico 13B this weekend. 800 horsepower of 13B. He's going up against Troy Jenkins in the Carter's Tyres Pukekohe North Shore Toyota Parts 2JZ powered Toyota GT86. This is to find a place in the top 4, right-hand side of the tree.
Look at that little 13B just up and go. What an entry there by Adam Davies. Quite tight on the inside there, but Troy doing a great job there. Sticking in the pocket. A little bit of proximity loss through that centre section. Oh, transitions way too early. Got caught up on the inside there. A little bit lost in the smoke. Just transitioned way too early was Troy. But what a lead run there by Adam Davies. The Team DSR team will be absolutely wrapped with that.
Well, straight into it, you can see big angle, but just a nice smooth arc. Brings inside, outside, drags it along, comes back down, hits that inside clip beautifully.
Yeah, he does. And then watch this. Troy just can't see. Transition just too early. And 2 wheels off, so he'll be really disappointed in that. Just got caught. That wall of smoke that's coming through that centre section is just so thick you cannot see anything through it.
But notice he's running the yellow rims. Those are actually his brothers, so maybe he stole some of Ben's tyres. Blame Ben.
Yeah, not very good there for Troy. He'll be gutted about that. But hey, they've still got one more pass to come, and you never know what's going to happen. So Adam hopefully will have the lads telling him, take it easy. You're well up on this next battle, but good clean run. It's so good to see Adam jumping back in the second car, really. It's his reserve car, and just so comfortable. Look at that transition, just car trying to sit down, grab a bit of grip as they try and dive the nose back to the inside of that hairpin there, Steve.
Yeah, much like a Speedway Super Saloon, a lot of these cars run their radiator in the back of the car these days. The only way you can tell the difference between Adam Davies' 2 cars is the 13B still got a radiator up front.
Well, it probably needs a little bit of weight. That motor that's in the front is pretty small, and I think the turbo is about the same size as the motor.
It sounds like something DSR would do. Nothing's a problem for Team DSR. It is back to the second half of the battle. It will be Troy Jenkins' turn to play lead. Jenkins qualified in 7th place yesterday. A great qualifying result for Troy. Adam Davies, of course, qualifying in 2nd place. Launchmaster Willie was just waiting for the can I send him? So it looks like, I believe one of the cars might have picked up a cone somewhere, and it was the inside one.
Yeah.
So what it was, I think it was Troy.
Troy coming off track there. Missed the old inside clip. Well, he didn't miss it, he got it real good. Nailed it, actually. So they'll be now sorting that out.
Yeah, he's dropped around the other side of the track, so they just use them as a marker, as an indicator for the drivers. How much attention do you pay to the clips when you're actually out there drifting?
Well, I didn't anyway. You're always looking at the car in front of you or the smoke you're trying to go through. So, yeah, the clips, not really in your eyesight.
But what they would do is, obviously got dragged around the track. You can see them racing across. This guy's got pretty good speed out there. One of the things that it does, though, is it gives you a marker point if you're a judge.
Yeah, big time.
So, yeah, that cone's definitely had better days.
You can see the grass as well that sort of has been dragged on the track by through that centre section. Nothing too crazy though for these guys. So here we go. Second part of this battle here, Steve, of our top 8.
Yeah, for a spot in the top 4. Which one of these drivers is going to go through? Well, we're going to find out in a couple of 100 metres time. Troy Jenkins leads them out. Carter's tyres on the side of Jenkins' machine. North Shore Toyota parts. He's got to get a new door. He said it's okay. We'll get looked after by NST.
Look at that again. Adam's doing the same as Dave did out there. Entered a little bit earlier. Wow, transition now. Needs to really hold it. Gather it back up. Had to have a little bit of a moment, dropping a wheel there on the inside, but doing pretty well here to sit behind the smoke screen that Troy's putting out. Look at that, tucking right up into the pocket there is Adam Davies. That is a great drive there by Troy Jenkins. Opening the door there for Adam just to slide right in.
Fantastic drive by Troy, really. You see him come through, sets the car up beautifully. Adam, it must be a hard thing when you're told you've got the advantage. Because Adam just I want to get in there and drift. We see it drift. Adam drops a wheel down, but again, back on the loud pedal, Cole.
Yeah, it's a decel zone coming off that centre section, and obviously it was a bit hard for him. Troy did slow the car down quite heavily and he had nowhere to go. So he did really well to transition early and really just drag. You watch this right now. Troy slows the car there. Adam does really well to really hold the car up. Drops the wheel there, yeah. Nothing too major on that one. Gathers it back up just out of the smoke screen, which is really good to do. Dives right into that little pocket there, Steve.
Well,
Blinking, good bit of driving.
And look at these cars, they're so beautifully presented. Both of these teams, DSR and Team Jenkins Motorsport, such huge pride in the presentation of their vehicles.
Just great driving by both these guys. You know, they've obviously haven't had the best year throughout. Troy definitely jumps ahead in my book for his skill in driving. It's really excelled quite heavily. But here we go, 1, 2, 3. Adam Davies gets the win by the looks. There it is.
Qualified P2 and still rolling. And in his second car. Don't you love it?
I think it's my main car. I'm not too sure anymore. But great lead run by Troy. I knew I had to be on his door, and that's what I did. And good old Trusty's got it.
Is this one of those days when you know you're on?
Oh, I guess so. I wasn't 100% happy with my lead run. I was a little bit scrappy. I know I can clean things up. So no warm up before that first battle. So we know what the track's doing now. We can go and give it all in our top 4.
Well, you can hear that RTR V8 behind us. It could be Fanger Dan or it could be Alex Griffin. You better go sort yourself out.
Cheers, Steve.
All right, let's just move over to Troy Jenkins. Got better and better as the round's gone on, buddy.
Yeah, hey, that's a real big bugger. I just got lost in the smoke behind him. Switched a little bit too early, ended up 2 wheels on the grass on the front, so really annoyed with myself. Car's been going amazing all weekend, and glad to get in the top 8, but yeah, really gutted I didn't go forward from here.
Well, you can hang it all out in Bay Park, but just remember, there's concrete walls.
Exactly. Hey, we go pretty well at Bay Park with these cars, so I'm looking forward to that in a few weeks' time next month. So, yeah, hats off to Adam as well. He was a good drive in that car than his second car, but yeah, really gutted with myself for that one, unfortunately.
See you in Bay Park, mate.
Cheers, thank you.
I mean, he shouldn't beat himself up. He's a great driver. He's really been improving. Went through a bit of a lull for a while. And we've seen Troy did really well in Topol, managed to get himself up after, I think, keep your chin up, mate.
No, both of them drove really well. Just obviously bent, had a mechanical. Troy this time just got lost in the smoke. It happens. But here goes a battle you're excited to see. Fanger Dan Woolhouse up against Alex Griffin. It's so good to see Alex up here.
Well, it's a Ford versus a Nissan, both of them with Ford power plants. Fanger Dan Woolhouse and the Century batteries, Castrol New Zealand, RTR Mustang, and the RHP Reed & Harrison Performance S15 running the 6-cylinder Barra. It's Alex Stocky Griffin.
Look at that of Alex trying to sit right up on the inside of Fanger. They transition nicely. Alex is having a bit of an understeer moment through the center section. Fanger just cannot do anything wrong here. Running a stellar lead run. Opening the door right there for Stocky, but just had a wee moment through that center section,
Oh, unfortunate for Stocky. We was really hoping to do well in this battle between the two drivers. We'll have a look and see where it went wrong for Stocky.
Great entry. You know, Stocky not giving an inch there, trying to sit right there with Fanger. Just right here, there's a bit of a moment. As the car skidding, it just didn't have a lot of angle. So really hard to see in that one, because obviously a lot of smoke was pouring off Fanger's tyres there, but what a lead run from Fanger. I was talking with a lot of the drivers, you know. This old sleepy dog, he doesn't make too many mistakes out there. Just look at this, just beautiful run, smooth, not too many corrections there by Fanger. Great run through the center section here, put the nose right down and then threw the car up nice and wide as he transitions into the bottom hairpin. So great driving there by Fanger Dan Woolhouse.
Well, going into the round of this weekend, Fangadan Rulhouse certainly at the top spot in the championship. Kurt Blackie, he did a pretty, didn't have the best weekend, went home early, so he is, I don't know who can take him. Taylor James, Dave Steadman actually, in third and fourth position as we see the second half of the battle. Let's see what Stocky can do. Can he set down a beautiful lead run? I'm sure he's got it in him.
Yeah, he's been driving really well this weekend. So it'll be interested to see how he goes with this lead here and just what Fanger does. Knows he's got a slight advantage with a bit of a mistake there from Stocky, but big entry there by Fanger, nearly rotating with more angle. Stocky just really missing the line a little bit, not pushing wide to that outside zone, but driving up on the inside there. Look at Fanger, just sitting off the rear bumper there of Alex. Nice lead run there by Alex, opening the door there for Fanger to come up on the inside, but you have to say, no mistakes really there from Fanger Dan in the chase.
Any mistake is going to be minimal. The only thing I thought, maybe he had a left front drop off coming through Splash. That would be the only thing I could pick.
Yeah, just great entry there by Stocky, but just didn't get across to that outside clipping zone. Needed to rotate the car, he sort of rotated at the mid-track. Drove through really nicely for that inside clip, but I think Fanger just following the lead car as a mobile clipping point may have got this one in the bag.
Fine through Splash, what do he do here?
Yeah, drop the nose down, Alex. Drop the nose down through that centre section. Got up nice and high through here as well. And he did a nice job through that last part of the section. But it all just comes down to those mistakes. Who did more, who did less? Yeah, a little wheel drop there, by Fanger, yep.
Yeah, but I mean, it was so close. It's got to touch the grass, and I think he was actually just skating along the top of the riffle strip, so that's hardly a concern when you look at lead for lead, but also mistake for mistake.
And that's dead right, Steve. If you go lead for lead, you'd have to say Fanger's lead was probably a slight bit better in line. Definitely got to that first outside clipping zone. Where Stocky didn't. There we go, 1, 2, 3, Fanger Dan taking the win.
Well, they didn't muck around with that decision. Nice and tidy, particularly that lead.
Yeah, no, I'm getting better and better with my leads. I wish I'd done those sorts of leads in that line in qualifying, but that's only qualifying. We're in the battles or we're going through the top 4, so very excited. I think we've achieved more than what we wanted to achieve coming into this weekend, so let's see how far we can take it. Battle at a time.
Adam Davies, brother.
Woo! Yep, it's on.
It's on. Well, actually, someone else who's been on is Alex Griffin, mate. I honestly, you this weekend, you've been lit.
Yeah, I've had a good day. Had a lot of fun. Like to thank my sponsors, RHP, Limitless Tyres, Can Do Mobile Mechanic. That's my brother. Yeah, that was a blast. Cool to finally battle Dan. Haven't practiced, but it was cool when it was counts. Hi Charlie, hi Harper, hi Mackenzie.
Makes it all worthwhile, right?
Yeah, mate. Such a good day. I've had a great time.
All right, bud. Go. We'll see you in Bay Park to light it up again, huh?
Too right. Cheers.
All right, folks. There we are. We are hooking down to the top 4. It's not too far away. My number 2, show us some noise for the drifting. Come on, you lot. Make some noise. Top 4 coming up next.
Well, welcome back to round 4 of the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championships, round number 7 of the Super Sprint Motorsport New Zealand Championship. It is top 4 time for the Valvoline D1NZ, and our drivers are coming into scrub.
Yeah, Taylor James, Dave Steadman. This is going to be a good battle. Very, very similar cars, very similar setups, and very similar driving style.
Well, on one half of the tree, we've got the 2 RBs going up against him. This thing is a monster RB going up against the biggest monster of all, the RB34, under the bonnet of Taylor James's car. Of course, Taylor James out of Tukuroa in the Pro Weber Lido round with New Zealand RB34, 1,000 horsepower. Dave Steadman, RB32, Napa Auto Parts, Ryko 24/7 and Mimico on the side of his car. That is a Nissan Silvia S14. It's 14 versus 14, RB versus RB, Tauranga versus Tukuroa. And it will be the Tukuroa kid, Taylor James, who leads out the battle, the higher qualifier, our pole sitter in qualifying Q1 yesterday.
Yeah, look at that. Taylor James, real aggressive entry there, but same with Dave Steadman. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Dave Steadman's transitioning right up on the door there, and Taylor James as they come through the centre section. What a transition coming off the sweeper there. Great lead run here by Taylor James, sitting up nice and wide as they come into the hairpin. Dave Steadman doing a great job trying to dive back into the pocket, but a little bit of a separation done through what are we calling that, clip 1 and 2 or 3 and 4? Here we go here.
Well, they both fire at a nice angle, big speed, both of them absolutely billowing smoke.
Great transition through there. Dave, yeah, just dropping a wheel, I think, on the inside there. Powell's getting through that centre section. He really got caught in the smoke just about there, but did really well to hold that together. So I'd say there's probably a slight advantage there to Taylor, just doing a great lead run, and a small bobble there probably from Dave.
One of the things I keep noticing is coming through the hairpin, it's just the angle that Dave Steadman leaves the hairpin with. I'm sure the judges are just not going to be happy with that.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. Look, he's pulling it out. It's doing a rolling burnout.
And that's exactly what they asked for, isn't it?
It is indeed. But here's the transition now. Taylor diving the nose down. This is a great run there by Taylor, leading out. This is going to be an interesting second part of the battle. Dave has been doing an aggressive entry into this first sector. The visors are down. They're ready to get stuck into the second part of this battle.
Well, let's see what Dave Steadman can do as he leads them out. Manfeild Circuit Chris Amon, certainly a fan favourite, certainly a driver favourite, and a place where Dave Steadman has won in the past. Both Team DSR drivers had their first wins here at Manfeild. Love the place. Let's see how they go as they face each other. Now it is Team DSR versus CDT. Dave Steadman, come on, what can he do?
What an entry there by Dave Steadman. Look at that, Taylor James right on its door. Poking right into the pocket there. Is he going to transition nicely and not hurt himself? Taylor doing a great job here on the chase, sitting right up on the door there of Dave Steadman. What a first part of that battle. Absolutely awesome. Taylor did so well just to drop the car back. He was so far up on Dave's door. He could have nearly got himself into a bit of mischief there, but look at this entry, Steve.
It is huge angle, both of these drivers. How's Taylor still got tyres left?
Look at that transition, millimetres off. Wobble there through there was Taylor James right up on the door on Dave Steadman as they strolled into the last part of the section. A little bit of a gap pulled through there, but what a drive from both of these drivers. What a top 4 we have here, Steve.
Oh, absolutely.
Look at
putting
that.
on the entertainment. Look at them go. That is the proximity. They're knocking each other's door without contact.
They are doing 140 Ks right there. This is so good to see. This is what it was about, ladies and gentlemen. These are your top New Zealand drifters.
And of course, if you want to check out your top New Zealand drifters, you've got one more chance this season. 12th and 13th of May, Trustpower Bay Park Stadium in Tauranga, the home of the grand finale.
Yeah, what a battle. Ladies and gentlemen, give these guys a round of applause because that was an epic battle out there. Taylor James really pushing hard, and look at that. He gets the win, rolling through to the final.
How good?
Yeah, I know it was mean. I felt like my lead was pretty good. I did get lost through up to the last corner and Dave smoked, but I just knew if I backed out of it, he would have had it. So yeah, we kept up it, and I felt really good. We've been hunting for the podium all season, so we're on our way there now. So
yeah, that chase was laser focus.
Yeah, no, it was cool. I thought I might have clipped them on the switch going through the midsection, but we managed to clear them. So no, I was wrapped.
Get ready to battle for the win, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thanks, heaps.
All right, let's talk to Dave Steedman. Remember, he won the last round in Taupo, and this team needed to win. Adam Davies is still around. But, mate, I got to say, better and better and better all weekend.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We knew that Tay's got max pace, so we put a little bit more grip in. Wasn't quite enough, still a little bit slippery, but, man, that was a lot of fun, and it's always good battling Tay, you know.
How good was his chase?
Yeah, he was right there. Well, he did say to me, you know, surely it's my turn to win. And I was like, okay, you can have it.
Yeah, but the nice thing, just briefly, the nice thing about this, the judges wanted huge angle coming in, and you both just threw it at.
Yep. We're getting to that point now where we're really getting in the groove, you know. So I'm glad I got one more battle.
All right, buddy, get ready for third and fourth.
Thank you.
He's glad he's got one more battle, Cole. That battle was either going to be his arch nemesis, Fangadan Woolhouse, or his other arch nemesis, probably the worst of all, his teammate.
Yeah, but there's going to be no holding back, I'll tell you that. Like, as Dave said, they're really starting to set in the groove, and you can just see by the entries. They are committing to that first corner, and it's really showing what a great drive from both of those guys out there. This is going to be another good battle right here, Steve.
It certainly is. Fangadan Woolhouse qualifying in third position yesterday. Adam Davies qualifying in second. The cream has risen to the top today as we get ready to set them side by side and release them. It is the smallest cubic capacity. There's hardly any cubes at all. It's a 13B turbocharged rotary 1.3 litre versus Fangadan's Coyote V supercharged V8 under the bonnet of that Ford Mustang RTR Spec 5D. It's Tauranga versus Whangarei. Adam Davies going up against Fangadan. Adam Davies, the higher qualifier, will set the first pass from the lead position. They'll swap over shortly as they come around the cones. You'll see Adam put his foot down, and it will be a drag race into the first part of the drift.
Look at the entries that Adam Davies is doing, but look at Fangadan right on the door. Wow, transition so early to Fanga. How has he held this together? He's touched Adam Davies in the rear right now. What has gone on, ladies and gentlemen? Fangadan, how did he hold that? Is beyond me. That car was well past 90.
Wow. So what happens now?
Well, what happened? Has Adam Davies had something break? Something's broken in that car. That is not good. Look, let's check out the Repco replay here. Massive entry here by Adam Davies. Love seeing this. Banger transition so early, but somehow held the car. Didn't even get a wheel off. Then pushes Adam, and what happens right there?
Okay.
Something happened.
So has Adam? Yeah, I mean, has Adam on focus?
Yeah, had something happen on that transition. Watch through here.
He stopped on the track.
He's transitioned. He's got on throttle. No, he hasn't. Look, there's no smoke coming off the tyres. Has Adam blown something? Fanga's got nowhere to go. Nudges the back of him, but then look, grabs it. There's been a big failure there for Adam Davies.
Okay, we need to get back in. You've seen something, you know, we're saying, hey, look, Fangadan has crashed into the back of Adam Davies, and Adam Davies has come to a stop. Is the actual thing exactly what you said? You couldn't see the rear wheels going.
Nah. Where that part of the track Adam Davies is normally sitting, he would be hard on throttle. We would have had bellowing smoke coming out of the rear of the car, and there just wasn't. And you could see him sort of try and gather the car back up, but dang it, how did he catch that? That thing was tipped in backwards. Wowee. I knew we wouldn't finish, you know. I knew there'd be always a little bit of drama going on. Bit of a, have you just asked the team what's happened? Something's broken because, look, he's got no drive whatsoever. So, real shame there.
Well, we figure out what is going on. You know what? Let's go and take a break. More Valvoline D1NZ action straight after. Well, the car is on the back of the trailer heading back into the pits. Adam Davies in the Ryco 24/7 Mimico Napa Auto Parts car. Might have to go to Napa Auto Parts for some parts.
Yeah, well, as you've just got a bit of confirmation from his spotter, he has lost drive in the 180 SX, so whether or not it's broken a drive shaft, an axle, yeah, Fanger definitely hit him. Look at him, he's saying, oh, I smacked into the back of him, that's why I lost all the drive.
Yeah, but I thought initially, Fanger's hit him, that's caused an issue.
Nah.
And no, you're right, I think Fanger's hit him because he lost drive.
Yeah, Adam, something's let go through this midsection, which is a real shame. A real shame. Hopefully, these guys... Yeah.
So what is it? Is it a drive shaft? If it is, can they repair that? What else is going to do that? Obviously, an axle, maybe?
Well, let me talk to you about a drive shaft in that car. So they've had serious amounts of drama with the drive shaft in that spare car. It's got a real bad vibration, and Adam just never has time to fix it because he's always working on a 20B. Yet that's the car that's parked up. So I really hope this team, it's a great team they have together, they can get this car fixed so we can see the last part of this battle, because Adam was leading out. But there we go,
certainly
beautiful
the
180.
The smallest trailer that vehicle's ever been in of the last year anyway, isn't it? Adam Davies, hand out the window, acknowledging the crowd, certainly hoping that he can get back in. Hey, it's more sideways than it was on this drift on this shot that we're seeing.
Well, also, you guys been in the crowd for such a good weekend.
What have we got down there?
MacGyver, what do you got for us? What's going on with this car?
Look, stuff what I'm going to ask him anyway. Don't you take this trailer away. What happened, mate?
Oh, I just come into the first outside zone there, and I've changed into third, and just it sounded like it missed a gear, and then I've got no drive. So.
Okay, so 5, and is that? I'm going to be blunt. Is that terminal?
Not to the engine, but maybe to the drive line. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It could be a broken input shaft. It could be anything. So.
All right, I won't hold you up. Well, I have, but get on with it.
Cheers, Stephen.
At least he knows how to say Stephen.
Yeah, correct.
It's respect right there.
But I also want to let all the crowd know too that everyone, when the prize giving happens, they can all come down to pit lane and have a good close look at these cars after they've just had some crazy battles throughout the weekend here. Looks like Fingerdan's just going to go park it up for the minute because this battle is to get to the final, right?
You're watching round 4 of Valvoline D1NZ from Circuit de Chris Amon in the mighty Manawatu, and we've just had a run between Adam Davies and Fangadan, your reigning champion, and just coming out of the back of the first transition, Adam Davies seemed to lose drive. We've just spoke to him, he's on the back of a trailer, and it looks like he may have lost drive. He said he just went through the gearbox and he had nothing. No tap, no nothing, just so they're obviously going to take a 5. He's just not sure whether it can be done in 5 and whether or not it's a terminal. So that's the lowdown so far.
Yeah, you can just see there. And is that also the reason why Fanger looked so much more aggressive, because he lost drive prior to that?
Yeah, correct. If Adam hadn't lost drive through that section, would have pulled a big gap. Fanger was trying to hold the car up. Watch this transition here. Wailing on the handbrake, trying to hold the car up. Adam had drive, he just would have slingshot and pulled probably a couple of car lengths on that part where Fanger was still waiting to really get on the throttle. So, yeah, not ideal, but I still can't believe Fanger Dan managed to gather that back up when he tipped that car, and that was absolutely crazy. Oh, are we looking at points here, Steve?
We certainly are looking at points.
We are looking at possibilities here of, championship winnings. Wise.
Yeah, well, Kurt Blackie was sitting in second place, and depending on where they finish, Fanger finishes in first place. Fanger's in a good place. Taylor James, he started in position 5. I mean, Taylor can move up into second in the championship. Kurt looks like he's going to move back down into 4th, and Dave Steadman's going to move up as well. So,
but what he's showing us here, Steve, is the next round, if Taylor wins, where he would jump up to, or could Fanger take the championship today? Depending on where things pan out with Taylor and where Fanger and him finish up.
Well, I mean,
this is huge.
I tell you what, I mean, if there is a big change and and Fanger does, I was heading back to Tauranga straight after. I might have to stay.
Yeah, we can see right now the guys are assessing what's going on.
So he's there. They, of course, first thing they'll do is they'll get the car jacked up. The axle stands will come through. You can see Simon Lee down there getting the axle stands ready. The young man in the suit, that is their official fueler-upper, which is, of course, Rex Davies. Rex, the heart of Team DSR. And you'll see they're starting to put the axle stands in there so they can work in there. Dave Steadman, he's talking through the window.
Yeah, well, he'll be trying to find out what's going on. Is it an axle they're going to be changing? So here we go. We've got the man, the myth himself, Stephen. How's Fanger doing down there, bud?
You're talking about Fanger, right?
Yeah,
You're talking about
that's
Fanger,
the one.
The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. 3-time. Cole Armstrong was getting very excitable, which he's prone to do. Yep. When you were coming out of that transition, you had it all really wound out.
Yeah, well, we come around and we got halfway around the sweeper, and Adam was starting to slow down a little bit, so I down changed, and then I gave it a handful of throttle and just whipped it around. And next minute I'm backwards, waiting for him to actually go around to clipping point 1, and I just had to wait for him to go, and then we come out of there, got on the gas, and then something happened to his car and just smacked into the back of him. So hopefully they can fix it. I want to get back out there and have a battle.
Well, the early thought is drive, and don't know where the drive issue is.
Yeah. It's I know that he's been running his second car and he had some real bad vibrations and they've been focusing on his good car, trying to get that here to really put on a good show. But Old Faithful keeps coming back out.
As the Beach Boys would say, we like good vibrations, Fang. We like good vibrations, not bad vibrations. All right, let's roll over the other side. Dave Steedman. Where's Dave Steedman? I'll have a quick chat if I can. Boys getting the jacks ready. They're having a little yarn. I'll just keep on squeezing. Excuse me, David Hunter. Get out of my way, mate. Nice to see you on YouTube and doing all that sort of stuff. Do we have an early diagnosis of any sort?
No, it's actually really weird. We just jacked it up and it had drive, but he has said that the clutch feels really weird. So don't know what's going on just yet, to be honest. So maybe it's something with the input shaft or the clutch slave cylinder. We've had endless dramas with that, so we'll just have to have a look, see what we can do. Hopefully we get to go out and battle, because, that's what we want to do.
Look, I don't want to be master of gloom, but is this a 5? Can you do this sort of thing at a 5?
Again, it really depends on what it is, so
I'll get out of your way then.
No worries. Thanks.
Wow, we've seen the team's crawling under it. Look at there, we've got Jordan Joyce over there. We've got Adam Whitehead from Pro Sport. We've got different engine tuners in there. We've got Chicken on one side, Daryl Turk from EFI and Turbo. Underneath there is Taylor James, Brian from NDT,
David Hunter. They're all jumping in there. It's the top 4 battles.
I can tell you, if Fanger was do you guys want a hand? He'd be the first to lend a hand as well. There is nothing but sportsmanship between teams in the D1NZ, and it's amazing to continuously see for 20 years. And talking about 20 years, we'll be celebrating 20 years of drifting at the grand finale of the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship, Trustpower Bay Park Stadium in Tauranga, the 12th and the 13th of May. We are going to see some champions there. We're going to see some amazing people turning back up to celebrate with us.
We are indeed, Steve. We are indeed. It's going to be pretty awesome. I actually think I get to have a bit of a drive too. Dust the cobwebs off.
Well, I'm trying to find, I don't know how many we need. I need to find at least 10 convertibles so that we can go up and do a driver's parade in there.
Wow, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. But yeah, as we can see now, they're trying to assess the situation underneath this car. It's a real odd one. It's Daryl Turk from EFI and Turbo. Very clever man.
Just hoping they are aware that the 5 minutes has started. You can see it's on axle stands. I know that the last count was at 4:25. That was about probably a minute ago. So there's only 3 minutes to go to work out what's going on. Are they going to just drop the car? What are they going to do?
Well, if it is a clutch situation, you know, we had Jason Farron out there earlier in the top 16 battles, ran the car with no clutch. Now, I've done it before. It's really hard to do, especially when you come through this first sweeper right here in front of us, Steve, and you really want to grab the handbrake. So when you don't have that ability, you usually just put it into the side of the car in front of you and hopefully they slow you down. So we could be looking for an interesting battle.
2 minutes remaining.
Oh, this is
Daryl Turk under the bonnet. He's looking to see what is going on. You see even Jason Farron's team.
They're all just there watching now, you know. Stuff to do. Times are ticking.
Okay, Chicken's thought of something. He's now checking something out. How quick was he to move? Been a busy man. Has Daryl Turk from EFI and Turbo, one of DSR's tuners.
Yeah, a bit of a concerned face there. Maybe he just needs to run it with no clutch, so we'll see how they go out there. But this is always the joys of motorsport out here, ladies and gentlemen. Look, all the team is gathering together to try and get this thing fixed.
1:15.
Minute 15 to go. There, Scotty Dinsdale there. Built an absolutely beautiful BMW and had a great weekend in the car as well.
Well, I can tell.
60 seconds.
60 seconds to go. That gives me a chance to tell you that we've got a few drivers turning up for the grand final. 03 driver JT Jarius Wharedo, he is coming back. Justin Rood's coming back. Adam Richards and a car's coming back.
45 seconds.
45 to go. Carl Reutemann's back. Fangers, obviously. Gaz White is going to be at Bay Park.
Kurt Whitaker.
And Cole Armstrong's going to be there as well. There are at least 8 of the 10 D1NZ Drift Kings coming to Bay Park. They're getting stuff on. What is going on? Can they get it done? The axle stands are coming down.
Wow, look, Steve.
And off he goes. Don't close it on his head.
We've also got a couple of other spectacular drivers coming back. Bruce Tannock, unreal. Victor Chapman. You guys probably haven't even heard these names. Sean Faulkner. This is a man that I looked up to when I first started drifting 15 years ago.
You know who I'd love to see come back? Let's bring back Warren
Time's
Sear.
gone.
Oh, what for? Sit up on the mic while I'm driving.
Warren Sear can replace you. We'll bring Nate Steele back to replace me.
Time's gone, boys.
The real old days.
Time's run out, mate.
Look at that.
What
That's
is
a
it?
shame.
So what's
He's
getting
run out of time.
Mate, you gave it a nudge. I mean, this is not the way you want to end a round, right?
Nah, not really. But anyway, it's the mechanical, and that's what happens, isn't it? So anyway.
Oh, well, it's just one of those things, mate. But you've shown such strong form this weekend. I mean, you were really on fire coming into this.
Yeah. Hey, look, you can't help mechanical, so I felt I could have gone to the top. But anyway, something's going to stop us at some point, isn't it? And this is it today.
Well, get to go back home and get lighted up at Bay Park, huh?
Yeah. We'll get all these things sorted and hopefully come back strong.
All right, mate. Drive safe.
Cheers, Stephen.
Well, okay, you know the interesting thing about all of this is we're celebrating 20 years, like 20 years of D1NZ. How cool is it? And the fans here at Manawatu who have come out, and 90% of them are here to watch the D1NZ. We've still got that major battle to go, which of course is the battle for the round win, because it looks like we're not going to get a battle for third and fourth. It's as simple as that. Why don't we just sit down and learn a bit of the history of Valvoline D1NZ?
Well, here we are, 20 years deep with D1NZ. I've got a couple of championships on either side of me. One was given a lot of championships. One took one from the very start, and I worked really hard for mine. But here we go, we've got Jarius next to myself here. Took the first championship in D1NZ, 2003.
2003, yep. Things have changed a lot since then, 20 years later.
What was the car they ended up winning the championship for?
So I had a Safiro. It was by the end of the first season, we'd upgraded it to an RB25. Yep. I don't even think it had a big box or anything. We did put a roll cage in it. It was really focused on momentum at the time. So fast tracks like Pukekohe, you could drive them with maybe 400 horsepower. It was always more about the momentum than high grip and high horsepower like it is right now.
You won the Pro Sport, came into there, and then straight jumped into the Pro. Took a championship before me, still working hard for that one. And now look, it's really advanced for you. You're driving an Aston Martin over an FD.
Yeah, I know. Thinking back over the years and how much the sport's progressed in the time that even I've been involved with it. Obviously, before that, I was a big follower of the series and watching these guys out on track in the early days. Wow, you were starting to come into it, maybe. I did notice a red R34 at Pukekohe one day. But yeah, it's like progressed so much. Like seeing what cars are out here now and what we're driving in competition and how much they've developed and where the focus is on car setup and power and delivery and tyre and
so much to it.
It's very technical now, and it's a cool part of the sport to me. Like I really like the technical side of all of that.
And it's grown so much from those 20 years. Even Fanger, he's one of the boys that's been around like yourself since day dot, but still driving. That's why he can't be here right now. He's actually in the car competing, but we're all sort of washed up, so that's why we're up here talking and having a bit of fun. But you think of the cars, even yourself has gone through like from the start, what, like R32?
Yeah, 34. The 35 was something that we just like, it was a bit of a joke to begin with. I said I've done a 32, I've done a 34, and then Harry from Dodson's was like, oh, I guess the next thing's a 35.
Was he your bank manager then, though?
No. And it's a good idea to him. But obviously, yeah, once we had the chassis, then it's like all the components that go into the car are very much the same as what we would have put into anything else. So he was a big part of making that a reality. And like all seeing it develop and come together and how much we've progressed that car has been fun. And
now what you're in?
Yeah, I know. And then we've had an even crazier idea of building this Aston in the States, and that was kind of a big brainstorming session on how crazy we can make that. And I said, if we're going to do something like an Aston that's never been done, then we've got to put an engine in it that's going to sound insane and like really match the chassis and what we're building, doing something different.
What do you think, right, from yourself, 2003, how long and how hard was that to gain that championship?
I think the most difficult thing at the time was that we were forming a brand new championship, like a new sport in the country. So, majority of our stuff would have been behind the scenes, even trying to get access to tracks that would allow us to do drifting. I remember the first round at Taupo, and I probably spent the following 5 years trying to explain to people what drifting is. Whereas modern times, as soon as you mention that sport, if anyone has a child, like they're like, my kid loves that sport. Most of our stuff was behind the scenes, logistically trying to get support and sponsorship for something that no one had ever heard of in this country was not that easy.
That's a real good point, actually, eh?
But still admitting, what I'm seeing out there at the moment and globally, the efforts that it does take to get a championship, it's not easy at all.
It took me 7 years to get my first championship. Just keep coming. You're just a person that turns up. You get a fifth, and you might get a third, and you jump and get a second. But when you got the passion, I guess, for the sport, you just keep going. I remember I lived in a workshop where my cars are down the bottom just so I could work on them after work, try and get them prepped before the next round. There's so much behind the scenes that, especially now, for these guys to actually try and win a championship. How long did it take you to get a championship?
Not that long, not as long as you.
I remember that year everyone's cars broke, I think, and you were just the only one. A new boy come up, got the flash car and just rolled on through.
No, it was it was definitely tough. It always is tough to win a championship, and it's consistency. You got to have like everything. It all has to fall into place. You got to have the reliability. You got to be making top 4 every round. Like you fall out in the top 32 which it was back then. It's so hard to come back. You got to be almost podiuming every round from there because other guys are going to be doing the same.
I haven't been in New Zealand to see any drifting for a while, and it's so good to see the level of passion still here. I have been to countries that you would really think are still thriving, and they're kind of falling off, you know. So it's nice to come home and see just how many competitors are in the pits, and you know, even in the briefings, like, everyone's quite excited. So much passion and drive here, you know, makes me proud to come from New Zealand. And you know, and do whatever we do overseas as well.
Oh, good luck for it.
Cheers, thank you.
Awesome thing to still be obviously doing it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not. I'm well washed up and just parked up on a seat now. Just get to watch these guys out there having a bit of fun.
A whole lot less stress when you can just sit back and watch them drifting. It's
Get a lot of pointers. You're doing this wrong. If I was doing it, watch out.
Yeah, it's
teach people.
Definitely.
It's something even for me this weekend, helping out with Taylor and Mitch and a few other guys in the pits. It's like been pretty full on yesterday with trying to sort of spread myself between 10 cars, but it's watching what everyone's going through on track. I'm kind of glad I'm not like got that pressure on me on top of everything else. So
definitely, especially when they put it into the wall, you're like,
that's going to be a late night.
Yeah, definitely.
It's still really cool to be involved, and like obviously we want to stay involved in the sport and keep progressing it for everyone coming through.
Oh, good stuff. Well, awesome guys for coming in and catching up. It has been a bit long time, so yeah, from there.
Nice little step back in time by Mr. Two-time Cole Armstrong as we celebrate 20 years of Valvoline D1NZ. Sun feels good, it's still warm, starting to feel a bit dusky, but guess what's coming next? The battle, the final for the round one here at Manfeild. Stay with us live wherever you are.
Well, welcome back to the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship. It is round number 4 here, Manfeild Circuit. Chris Amon, Cole Armstrong. It's final time.
Oh, it is indeed, and this is going to be a final. You can hear my voice, I'm starting to lose it. It's been exciting out here, but Steve, run us through who we got now.
Well, running the Monster RB34, he's got Pro Wear on the side, Valino tyres, Roundwood, New Zealand. It is the 1,000 horsepower of the Nissan Silvia S14 of Tokoroa's Taylor James. In chase position will be out of Whangarei in the Century Batteries Castrol New Zealand CTB Performance Coyote V8, 800 horsepower. It's Banger Dan Woolhouse in the chase position.
Look at this already, Steve. Taylor James, massive entry, and Banger Dan shouldered it backwards. He's grabbed it back up. Somehow that man can turn that car backwards, and he look back up on Taylor James's door. What a lead run here by Taylor. Few mistakes there by Banger Dan, but how did he gather that back?
Off.
And he lets it go at the last corner on the straight.
That is your championship leader, Banger Dan Woolhouse.
Look at that entry from Taylor James. Massive angle through that midsection. Holds it together, and look at that by Banger. Backwards. Grabs it back. Pulls back the proximity that he lost behind Taylor, and transitions really shallow through this midsection here. You know, from that transition, really put him off the rest of the run, and then just dumps 2 wheels off in the last part of that section there. So massive.
How did Banger not over-rotate? Look at him.
Wrong part.
Well, just look at him go. He comes through 2 wheels off, though, and that is going to possibly, just 2 wheels off. He kept drifting.
Yeah, so really?
Well, here's the start of it again. The angle, the lock of that RTR Mustang is insane.
Look at this. They're doing 150 Ks there now. Massive entry there by Taylor James, and then watch this tip in from Banger Dan. Oh, got it. Gathers it back up. Taylor run a bit wide through that inside clip there, pushed a little bit wide into the next part, but gathered it back up. Banger did the same through here. Really shortcut the track, but wow. Did he push a bit wide on the last part of that section?
He pushed a little bit wide. It's the second half. OTV, Oversteer TV on the wing mirrors of Banger Dan's Mustang for at least a decade. Banger looking after everyone he can with that RTR Mustang. It's his turn now to lead. qualified, I think, 3rd position. Taylor in 1st.
Well, what is Taylor going to do? He's got to play it safe. You know, this is a round win on the door. You know Fanga's going to be going all out in this battle here. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Fangadan leading out Taylor James. Massive entry. Look at them tipping it in through here. Look, Taylor slowing the car down, transitioning nicely through that centre section. Gathers it back up there, Steve. Fanga pulling a bit of a gap there from Taylor James as they now transition into the later part of the section. Taylor getting right up on the door there. Fangadan is a little touch as he exits the last part of the section. But what a run, ladies and gentlemen, from Fangadan Woolhouse and Taylor James.
Oh, here we go at the Repco replay. Look at the angle, look at the lock. These two drivers, they are at the top of the level right now on D1NZ drifting.
There indeed, that was a great, Taylor just giving himself a bit of room through there, but nearly got caught out as he came into the first section there, and Fanga really holding the car up into that later part of the section, but what a battle.
I guess the question I want to know is, does the battle for the top spot head all the way to Bay Park for the grand finale on the 12th and 13th of May?
Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet for these two drivers. That was your final you just seen there for round 4 of the D1NZ here. Get up on your feet and give these guys a round of applause. What a great battle that was. As both these drivers come into the pits here, Steve, to find out who has taken the round win. Now, there was a few things. If Fanga wins this, he then near wins the championship. If he doesn't, he needs to get into the top 8 of the final.
There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, give these guys a round of applause. What a drive. Taylor James there from Tokoroa, Fangadan all the way from the far north. What a drive from these gentlemen out there. Now remember, once we have our possible winners from this, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like, come down to the podium and celebrate the great victory of whichever driver it might be.
Well, let's go down to Stephen McIver. He's with our top 2.
All right, folks, just a little note here. Get yourself over to the podium because we're not going to tell you the result right now. We're going to surprise you over there. Get calling. Haul it over there, folks. All right, who do I go to first? Oh, man. You know what? This weekend just says how much better and better Valvoline D1NZ is getting.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. You know, I know Tay's real fast, and I thought he's going to go all out. And I actually think like our front tyres are a little bit rusty. The weather's changed, like the conditions have changed this afternoon, and I reckon there was a little bit of understeer from Taylor in the front come through here. But yeah, I just wanted to do a real good battle, and things changed. So yeah.
You were having such a good season, right? Defending champ, and here you are again in the final battle of another round.
Yeah, no, it's good. You know, like I said earlier, we've already our goal was to just sort of qualify really well this weekend, which we did with 3rd place, and then to get on the podium. That was the other goal, but not for 1st and 2nd. So I'm just stoked, Des.
You're just fun, full stop. Another guy that has, get off your phone and stop doing your socials, okay? Come on, mate. Hell of a chase, hell of a lead. You were just throwing everything at it.
Yeah, I wanted to put on a really good lead. I probably come and switch quite a bit too sort of probably late, I guess. Missed the inner clip there, which made me blow a bit wide, but had an okay chase with Fanga. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what the result is on the podium.
Well, what is your gut feel? I mean, you were top qualifier, was at 90.5, huge. It was a big qualifying session. You've come all the way. It looks like you've hardly made any mistakes. Come on, what is your gut telling you?
That's right. Obviously, I hope that we've won it. I feel, maybe we have a shot, but I'd just like to say big thanks to Azar from ProWear, Carl from Valino Tyres New Zealand, just everyone else helping us get here, and yeah, it's slowly paying off.
Hate to drag this out, but take the car to the podium and then we'll figure out what the result is. Okay, folks, we're heading to the podium and we'll find out who wins this round of Valvoline D1NZ. Woo!
Well, this is how they got there. Look at this battle between two incredible drivers, the ProWare Valvoline RB34 of Taylor James. Huge lock for Fanger. I can't believe he managed to hold on to the drift rather than over-rotating. Hardly affected him. Taylor coming through to really try and close that door, chucking a couple of wheels off in that RTR Mustang as he comes through to finish. From there, it became Fanger's lead. Fanger Dan Wilhouse, 3 times the current. The man is trying to get and become a 4 times and match the King of Kings, Gaz Wider. But it came down to, will Taylor make a mistake? Can they force anything? Yeah, there was a little bit of contact. The front bumper almost came off, but not enough for the judges, I'd say, to determine who the winner will be. Manfeild Circuit, Chris Amon, round 4 of the Valvoline D1NZ, and of course round 7 of the Super Sprint Motorsport New Zealand Championship. The crowd making their way down. Here's another look at how Fanger got there. This one here, we thought maybe Fanger had hit him. Adam Davies, that 13B absolutely humming. He comes through, tries to set himself up, and where was the drive? Fanger, nowhere to go, bang. Makes contact between the two of them, then the car stops. I initially thought maybe Adam Davies had pulled out of the drift to get the win, but no, he'd lost drive. It would be a 5-minute call for Adam Davies, and it was 5 minutes he couldn't get back. The other teams unable to finish that off for him. We can see them all down there. Fanger Dan, no doubt putting his hat on. Mr. FD Taylor James, and the man who already knows he's in 3rd position, Dave Steadman, waiting to go up and meet with Stephen McIver for the podium celebrations. That's our 3 drivers. 2 of them, I think all 3 of them should be sitting 1st, 2nd and 3rd in the championship after this round. Kurt Blackie finishing in the top 24 or getting knocked out in the top 24, sliding down potentially into 4th position.
I'm here. Okay.
Chatting about.
Okay, here we go. I've got Rod McLean from Mr. Valvoline here. Folks, give a hand of Valvoline, mate. 20 years of Valvoline D1NZ. How good has this round been, mate?
It's been fantastic. It's great to see these 3 guys up on top again. I know that Dave wanted Adam to be battling today, but hey, it's been a great day.
Should we get on with this?
Absolutely, let's go.
All right, well, you go and get the 3rd place trophy, because, folks, in 3rd position, driving the Mimico Napa Auto Parts S14, please welcome Dave Steedman. And now, who will it be? Who will it be? Who do you think it's going to be? Who do you think it's going to be? And you're just going, oh, whatever. This is what you call milking it, folks. Okay. I'm from the Waikato, so I know how to milk a cow once or twice. How you feeling?
Yeah, good, mate. I'm happy. Whatever goes, you know. Taylor's been charging all season, and it's actually your first one. First podium.
It would be. It might be. Who knows? How you feeling?
No, good. Yeah, like I said before, we had a few mistakes, and yeah, fingers crossed. But yeah, we need some points.
Shall I put you out of your misery? Okay, in 2nd position. All right, come on, Stephen. In 2nd position, driving the Century Batteries RDR Mustang is Fanger Dan. And your winner of round 4 of Valvoline D1NZ in the ProWare Valino Tyres S14. Give it up from the boy from Tukuroa, Taylor James. There, folks, is your podium from round number 4. This is probably some of the best racing we've seen all season in Valvoline D1NZ, but it gets even better because in second week of May, we are at Bay Park for the finale. Fireworks going to go off. Remember, it is a concrete jungle. And the concrete jungle brings action. It brings dents and it brings a big crowd, and we want you to be part of it. Lads, do what you gotta do and spray some champagne because you boys have been entertainers this weekend. Still got to learn how to do that champagne, Tay. That's what happens when you don't get too many podiums. Taylor, come down here, mate. Come down here, mate. Wow. Hey, it's simply a wow moment this time around, huh?
Yeah, for sure. It's taken us till bloody round 4 to get on the podium, but yeah, we've stayed sort of top 5 most rounds, and it's kept us up on the points. So, no, we're happy. Big thanks, Azar from ProWear, making this season happen. Carl, Valino Tyres, New Zealand, Mum and Dad, Taylor Automotive, building a hell of a motor. Literally have not touched it all. Yeah, oil changes, fuel, that's it. So, Brian, NDT, the crew, just honestly everyone. It's hard to remember everyone, but Darren Kelly, just the tips throughout the day, throughout the week, last week over there, and just everything. So, I appreciate everyone's help, and yeah, I'm wrapped.
You know Matt, right, in your team?
Yeah.
You know when you had that last battle to make it into the 4, he said, oh, I hope it goes one more time. Yeah. You need to take that out on him.
Yeah, well, yeah, overword to him.
Mate, congratulations.
Cool. I'm honestly stoked, man. I don't know if it'll get us a bit closer to Fanger, but him being on the podium too, he'll still be a little bit ahead. But yeah, see how Bay Park unfolds.
But it's a huge boost for you going into the jungle.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, Bay Park's honestly one of my favourite ever tracks, so I hope to do well there, and yeah, we'll try and make something of it.
Can I just say, it's nice to have you wearing your hat the right way.
Yeah, only for you, Stephen.
Congratulations, mate. If you're watching this on TV3, that is your round 4 winner in the form of Taylor James driving the ProWear Valino Tyres S14, his first podium of the season, and he does it in style, and they have been throwing it around like you would never believe here at Manfeild. Next time out, it'll be the second week of May in Bay Park. So from us to you at TV3, have a great Sunday. And meanwhile, back here on Sky Sport and around the world, the big lad, the big boy's coming, Mr. Sideways. Yeah, Cole Armstrong and Steve Daniels, man. I got to say, when you talk about quality of drifting, I would have to say this weekend tops the year so far.
Without a doubt. I'm like you, I'm losing my voice. I was so excited up there. These guys are really putting it on the line, and we could see it this afternoon. What a drive from all of them.
And Steve, we got to figure an idea of that, didn't we, from qualifying when we were looking at, most of them in the 80s.
Yeah, it's certainly it's not expected to see drivers like that hitting 80-plus point scores. Now, they absolutely smashed it yesterday, Stephen, and we saw it today when they turned that into incredible battles and putting on a show.
And the generosity of the likes of your championship leader saying, I'm okay with that. He sort of figured, through the understeer line, but that's okay. Now we go, let's call it the jungle. We go to Bay Park. That's got me really excited.
Oh, me too. I think the 29th I start digging the clay off with the diggers from...
What, with your hands?
No, Mimiko is supplying some diggers there, and we're going to be ripping into that to get the track prep. So really awesome track there. I think I get to do a bit of driving with some other old dogs as well. So get your tickets. It's going to be awesome.
So you're putting on a bit of a celebrity show, are you?
Yes, you know all about that.
No, I don't, but I'd like to come on a ride with you if that's okay, because Murph never lets me ride anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I could probably do that. Maybe next time, though.
Yeah, okay. Steve, we're going to your whare, mate. It's always a great night out.
We are going to my whare, our place, mine and Cole's place. I even work at the place as a day job. Of course, Trustpower Bay Park Stadium, 12th and 13th of May, the grand finale where champions will be crowned.
Yep, that's what it's all about. 20 years of Valvoline D1NZ, and it keeps getting better and better and better. But your champion in round number 4 from Tokoro, South Waikato Hard, Taylor James. We'll see you at Bay Park.